Hey everyone, happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a great Friday and getting ready for their weekend. Today we're going over episode 596 and 597 for the spreadsheet for Turtle Boy. We are looking for any and all anything that brings up content or intent regarding the McAlberts. Hi, Melissa Jane. How are you? Sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I had a rough day yesterday, pain-wise. So I wanted to stream, and then I was trying to get at least comfortable enough to get going, and it just wasn't happening. And then because I took some pain medication, some Motrin, and my bolus from my pain pump, I ended up falling asleep, and then everybody else was streaming. So I was just, relaxing and listening to everyone else yesterday. And then I kept falling asleep. I'm good, Melissa. I'm good. I'm much better today than I was yesterday. Let's put it that way. All the rain we've been having makes things worse. Today, it's really nice out. It was beautiful sleeping weather last night. I have to say, have the windows open all night. It's like 60 degrees. It's like perfect sleeping weather for me anyway. So it was really nice. I got some pretty good sleep too this morning. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. So here we are again, looking over episode 596 of Turtle Boy. Now, I did skim through the beginning of this already, and I thought I had it set in my history to where I left off, because a lot of this stuff is not in this episode is not really about the McAlberts. So bear with me a little bit while I get to when he does talk a little bit about it in this one anyways. It's getting cold here. Ooh, and it's 4 a.m. Oh, have you been drinking your coffee yet? It's 4 a.m. You need an IV of caffeine. Have to go for a run soon. I really don't want to go. I don't blame you. First and foremost, it's cold. It's always cold in that early in the morning, unless it's like the dead of summer. So I don't blame you there. You had one, think I need another before I leave. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Thankfully, to a wonderful, wonderful friend who I have met here on the tubes, sent me a wonderful donation yesterday. I was able to get some groceries, including some Coca-Cola. So I am good on my caffeine today for a change. I really appreciate. I really, really appreciate it. So hopefully we can find something. Yes, it was really, it came out of nowhere. And she messaged me. I know she said she doesn't need praise and thanks, and I'm not going to just blast it, but it was an amazing, amazing thing. She helped me get groceries. I was able to pay my StreamYard so that I can keep streaming, doing what we need to do to help Turtle Boy and to keep streaming my own stuff as well. I have my next psychology video set or live set. I just don't know the time. I'm gonna do it. Go over personality disorders again and the dark triad. I have the thumbnail up and it's private though, because I just haven't set a good time for it. Because I also asked Kazi G to join me for that stream. In case anyone doesn't know, Kazi G has been working on and is about to get his degree in psychology. And I have been wanting to get a stream going with the two of us talking psychology. So I've asked him if he'd want to join me for that one, and I'm just waiting to hear back from him to see if he can and when the best time he might be able to do so, because I know he was a little under the weather the other day as well. Thank you. There really are. I mean, I say it all the time, and unfortunately, it's, I'm not even gonna go there. But yeah, I say it all the time. There are amazing, amazing people I have met in this community. And I talk about it a lot, about how the people I've met on here and in this community specifically changed the way I feel when I wake up in the morning. Like, I used to live my life on autopilot before I was into watching YouTube, but I never was really into chatting with people. And then I did, and met some great people. And I just, now I'm doing my own thing on my own channel. And I just truly appreciate everyone that I have met on here. Hi, old dog. How are you? I hope you are having an amazing Friday. So we're going to get started real quick while I fast forward a little bit to figure out, I swear I thought I left it where I left off, where he was started getting into talking about it. This one video in particular, he takes a while in the beginning, so I'm going to skip forward a little bit. So bear with me a moment.
Now, I don't know how many people total are in Turtle Club. You can always listen to it the next day. It's fine. Of course, seriously though, I mean, doing what we want them to do, and not looking at certain things and making sure Adam Lally gets his way every time. Folks, Superior Courthouse in Dedham. Lives too. You never know when we're going to go live, especially in the next coming weeks, because court in Dedham is coming up on July 25th. So I should make a Facebook group for this, an event, July 25th at 12:15 on the steps of Norfolk Superior Courthouse in Dedham. We will be holding a protest on that day. I encourage everyone to show up. I'll have my megaphones. We will be streaming it.
Here's where it talks about
we're going to make some noise. Like, they're going to have to get there real early if they don't want to run into us. So we're going to be on the stair. We are going to be protesting. And we have a lot to protest. We're going to see if Bev Canoni inserts her. She's no longer supposed to be the presiding judge on the Karen Reed case. So if she shows up, then we know she's a super cunt, don't we? Don't we know that this woman is just completely corrupt? And it has to be her, because she's like, I can't hand this off to another judge because I can't count on them like being corrupt, and I can't count on them doing what we want them to do. And not looking at certain things and making sure Adam Lally gets his way every time. Like, so he can't afford that. So if he shows up there, if she shows up there, then we know that she's in on it too, if she inserts herself into this. So are anybody, you guys planning on coming to that?
Yes, it is, old dog. It's your, I have to say, I'm terrible at the other amendments, but it's basically, it's your right. Yes, it's in one of the amendments about protesting, and yes, you are allowed to do so. Nothing illegal about that.
July, again, I know it's a work day, but if you can get the day off, July 25th, we're going to be streaming it. I go into court around, I don't know, probably go in there like half an hour early. So we'll have a good hour until protesting. I can't guarantee that.
Yep, I got that. So we got talking about protesting at the courthouse. Because I know obvious, our First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, and all that. And I think protesting is, but hold on, I'm going to check this because I want to get this right. Protesting is part of what amendment? Yeah. Yeah, I thought it's part of the First Amendment with freedom of speech. So, freedom to assemble protects your right to peacefully gather in public groups or march for political and social change. And then also freedom of petition is in your First Amendment. It gives you the right to demand solutions from the government and advocate for policy or legislative change. And then, of course, freedom of speech protects your rights to voice your opinions, chant, hold signs, and distribute literature. So 100% is part of the First Amendment. Oops, he talked about the judge, so he was talking against the government. Exactly. So this is protesting against legislature and even political, because, this is about Morrissey's office, who Morrissey is voted in. He's a hardcore politician, not a trial lawyer. It's pretty sad when your district attorney is not like a practicing lawyer. Yeah, judges are see, in Michigan, judges are voted in. So I always forget like which I don't know how people remember which states vote their their judges in versus getting appointed. Now, I wonder, now that it's got me who appointed Canoni? Let's see, appointed by who? Judge Beverly Canoni was appointed by former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick. He originally nominated her to the Quincy District Court in 2009 and later appointed her to the Massachusetts Superior Court in 2014. I don't know anything about this Deval Patrick. Deval Patrick. I'll have to look that up later. I got to write that down so I don't forget. Just because I'm curious. I get so curious about things that I have to look things up. Deval Patrick. Okay. But yeah, see, it's totally different here in Michigan because we vote our judges in. But the sad part about it is a lot of people that vote for that stuff don't even do their research. They, especially in Michigan, I don't know if it's like that elsewhere, but I've seen, like, even when I first started voting, I asked my mom, like, how do I know who to vote for? My mom would just vote straight Democratic. And then when I started, probably maybe 10 years, in the mid-teens, 2000 teens, I started actually researching, like, who these people are, what they stand for, what their history is like. Because especially nowadays, you can't just vote, in my opinion, you can't just vote based on your political party. Because someone like me, I was raised a Democrat. My mom was a Democrat, but I wouldn't even call myself a Democrat right now. I would consider myself more independent because I do my research and I really don't give a shit what party people belong to. It's about what they believe in and what they stand for. Yeah, not in Massachusetts. Yeah, they're appointed. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Vote down the ballot. That's selfish. Hey, sweetie. Yep. That's what my mom would do. And it just makes me sad that people do that, because just because you consider yourself Republican, Democrat, whatever party you think that you fit in, or you've been raised in, or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean everyone running in that party for any office actually believes in what you believe in, you know? I like being an independent, but you have to choose a party to vote on the primary for primaries. Yeah. See, it's like I haven't voted in a primary here in Michigan in quite some time. I have to be honest. But this year I actually just now that I moved, last year I got my voter's registration card and I just got an thing to update it because I'm switching to independent so that I can do so. Yeah, and are they corrupt? It's also good to know. The two-party system is the best of worst evils. Yeah. It's really sad because, like I said, people just go by what they were raised or around or, raised to believe one party is versus the other. But truly, you should judge truly on who they are, what they stand for, what they will say they're going to do, at least when they get into in office, whatever office that may be. And I understand why the two-party system exists. I understand why it was made the way it was made. That I do get. But it's almost like in my opinion, it needs a big revamp. Like this whole party system is a divisive thing. It's like you're either one or the other. And everything in politics, in my opinion, is almost meant to be divisive, meant to separate people, meant to always keep an argument to be made. And it's just sad. This is why I hate politics. I've never liked politics. My poli-sci professor in college, because I was forced to take it, we literally watched the movie JFK 3 freaking times. We watched Citizen Kane, and what was the other one? Shit. There was another movie he made us watch. But that's basically, my professor was obsessed with the JFK assassination, and that's why we had to watch it 3 freaking times. So I didn't mind that class so much because he didn't teach it like a normal, poli-sci 101 professor would. However, I didn't need to see JFK 3 times because I had already seen it once. So, but whatever. It wasn't that bad, I have to say. Katie D! What's up? Katie D is amazing. Plus, you have to be a millionaire to run for office. It's not what it is supposed to be exactly. It was supposed to be a job that a townsperson took, relay the will of the community, then rotate out. Yeah, that's another thing too. Some of these, I'm like I said, I'm not big into politics. I really hate this kind of crap. So I don't always remember the amount of years they can be in a certain position. Besides the president, I know it's 4 years. They can serve 2 terms. But other than that, like I think I always get the Senate and Congress mixed up between the 4 and 8 years and 8 and 12, maximum 3 or 4 terms. I don't even know. And then when it comes down to judges, I have no clue. Like, I'm only now actually starting to learn some of this stuff just so I can be more informed when I do vote. But there's so much I need to learn, truly. Even ranked-based voting would help. Yeah, true. But I got to see Iraq vote in 2005. So I'll be damned if I don't ever not vote, seeing what they endured just to be part of the voting process. Yeah. Oh God, I can't even imagine being in another country. Like even Baker has been talking about this, where people are like, "Our country sucks." We have some shitty things going on here, yes, but America is awesome. I'm sorry. I was always raised, my dad's a Republican, my mom was a Democrat. That wasn't why they didn't work out, though. You can disagree with people about things like this and still be friends, you know? But our country is amazing. When you compare all the freedoms and things that we just everything that we have here, but number one being our freedoms. You cannot tell me that our country is not amazing. Sorry. Hey, Kazi J. Hey guys, I'm out and about. I know almost everything about the assassination. Ooh, maybe we'll have to do a JFK video sometime, Kazi, because I know a lot about it too, just because of that class. And I, oh my God, Kazi, speaking of that, if you know everything about it, let me know if you've ever read the book, The Hit List. If anyone is interested in reading about stuff like this, and I got it, like I said, in this last 2 years, I've gotten kind of into things that I never thought I would get into. But one of them being all the people in relation to JFK being, or well, some people think killed, but up and dying. And one of the books I read was The Hit List, and it's by Richard Belzer. And if you guys ever watched Law and Order, he was Munch. He's very big into conspiracies on and off the screen. They made him a conspiracy nut on the show, but he was big into conspiracy. And it's not even conspiracies. He was big into researching this stuff. And that book really opened my eyes to a lot of shit. It was a great book. Hi, Angie. Hey, friend. Can't stay long because I'm so sleepy from meds. Thank you for helping out the turtle. No problem. It's the least I can do. Feel better, Angie. Never meant to be a career. Ugh. You know, these career politicians shouldn't be allowed. That's another thing I'm learning in all the stuff that I'm learning. It should be limited. Like the president is limited to 2 terms, 4 years. How is it okay for someone in like Massachusetts, for Morrissey to be in office for so long? Like, I understand that he ran unopposed, I guess, several times, but I just think there should be a limitation to all offices, period. Just my opinion. Supreme Court is a lifetime appointment. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Thank you, Hellfish. Yes, that's the Richard Belzer book. Yes, Kazi. It's a great book. I loved his last episode at SVU when he answered the phone like he did on the original Law and Order. Yes, it was awesome. I love it. He was my favorite character. Honestly, I miss his character so much. I used to watch every single Law and Order SVU episode. I got into the first Law and Order right when I started watching Law and Order SVU. And then, the Law and Order, regular Law and Order went off the air. I got into Law and Order Criminal 10. I've seen them all. However, now I have to admit, this past year and a half, 2 years, I haven't seen any of the new Law and Order and Criminal, or not Criminal Intent. Now it's Organized Crime with Stabler. I saw the first couple seasons of those. But I can't, I choose to pay for my YouTube Premium, which is the one app I can pay for the month. And I had to let go of my Peacock. But sometimes I forego either my Apple iTunes gift card for the month for my memberships and super chats, or I will forego my premium on YouTube so I can get Peacock for a month and like binge watch a bunch of shit. So it's awesome. I can still, I still figure out a way to see it. I just have to, I don't get to watch it as they come out anymore. However, one of my things I am saving up for one day is a smart box, and those things are pretty damn amazing. And if anyone is listening now or in the future, if you don't know what a smart box is, please research it, because for like $200 some, you can get this box and you get like 10,000 channels. There's no monthly subscription. You just pay the one-time fee for the smart box. That's it. You can actually watch sports without 10 fucking different apps. It's freaking amazing. I haven't read it, but no, there are like 200 plus people dead connected to this. Yes, it's crazy. Hi, Linda. How are you? Hope you're having a great Friday. Just talking government, politics, stuff that I really don't like, but not about like the parties, about the system itself. So, but we're getting back into the turtle. He was just talking about Judge Bob Cannoni and protesting at the courthouse. So let's get back into it.
You'll get into the courtroom because it is, but you're invited to. But I just want a sea of people out there, man. I want to create a scene because they are trying to gag the defense, which is a First Amendment violation, in my opinion. There's no reason to gag the defense, none, other than the fact that they're too effective in changing public opinion on this, because they think this is going away. They think they can just shut us all up. It's too late, dude. Dateline's on this shit. Like, Dateline is there every fucking time they do this. I mean, Court TV's been doing it for a while, but they're kind of like a YouTube thing. Obviously, our involvement has accelerated this.
Exactly, old dog.
NBC is there. Like, national outlets.
Doing that,
I'm getting emails every day from bigger and bigger outlets. I have a reporter coming to my house on Monday. At noon, we're doing a noontime interview at the kitchen table. So she's coming here from Boston Magazine. She's doing a big story on this, and that's going to be coming out. It's like, this is going to get so much worse for them. Like, they think it's bad now. Wait till it's on Dateline.
Wow, if only he knew how well he predicted that. I have to write this down because I have to point this out. Hold on. 11:32 timestamp. Predicting how bad it's going to get for them. My Friday is actually like a Monday, but I'll work through it. Oh, I hate Mondays. Sorry about that. But going back real quick while I have the turtle paused, old dog, it's like I couldn't believe it. Like, I think a lot of people's jaws went to the floor when they heard that shit, except for the antis. And I don't know how anyone can support that statement, knowing that a district attorney, like he said after the Brian Walsh case, should never, ever make statements like that. Ever. Especially before a trial or in the middle of a trial. You don't do shit like that. And people that literally just blindly say, oh yeah, he was just defending, innocent witnesses. No. Because a district attorney's job isn't to defend anyone. No one. Sorry, I get a little worked up about that shit. Gretchen Boss. Listen up. Am I still here? Shit. Okay, sorry guys. I don't know what the hell just happened. My screen went black. Hopefully I'm all good. Hold on, sorry. Now I gotta fix my screen again because I went crazy with the mouse. So anyway, sorry, Kazi. Gretchen Voss, she's a journalist, right? I don't know. I have to be honest. I don't know much about her. If he does, it should not be criminal to doubt it and to protect and research. Yeah. I mean, he said his own statement after the Brian Walsh trial. I don't remember exactly what he said, but everyone was like, yeah, you didn't do that during the Karen Read trial. You didn't keep your mouth shut then. I've never seen anything like it, ever. But exactly when you talk about our First Amendment and our freedom of not only speech, but to petition and assemble, as I just read, we have the right to peacefully gather in public groups. Period. March for political and social change. And then, of course, petition says gives you the right to demand solutions from the government and advocate for policy or legislative changes. So when a district attorney comes out and voices his bias to everyone, there should be nothing wrong and no way to charge someone for voicing their concern about a biased district attorney, and then, of course, someone to protest. That's in our Constitution, people. The government cannot state things as fact and assume that the people will just swallow them. Couldn't have said it better myself. Exactly. And I just looked up Gretchen Vaughn. Okay, so it says former Hollywood actor term certified. Oh, wait, that's not it. I thought Gretchen Vaughn was a journalist, right? Journalist, writer, author, freelance. Oh, Boston Magazine. Contributing editor Gretchen Vaughn. Ordered to turn over notes. Whoa. I forgot about this. So Gretchen Vaughn was the journalist subpoenaed on November 21st, 2024 for confidential news gathering materials in connection with, Officer John O'Keefe's murder trial. After initially upholding the motion in December, the judge partially reversed the order almost 2 months later. In June and July of 2023, Voss interviewed Karen Read, who stands accused. Well, this was back then. Prosecutors first attempted in January 2024 To compel disclosure of the journalist's notes and recordings of the interviews, Massachusetts does not have a formally recognized reporter shield law protecting journalists from being forced to disclose news gathering materials. Of course they don't. Geez, Massachusetts. I'm sorry for all of you who live there. And of course, Superior Court Judge Bob Cannoni denied the prosecutor's request for off-the-record portions of the interviews and notes handwritten by Voss, but ordered her to produce copies of Reed's recorded on-the-record comments. Voss provided the redacted recordings. Well, at least she did, I have to say. Sad I'm giving her props, but at least she did deny the prosecution's request for off-the-record portions, because you start doing that and people are going to stop talking to the press. And you start silencing sources by threatening to out them, we've got a big problem. Yeah, she's the one that did the interview. Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that because it happened so long ago. And because when I was consuming all this content, it was during the second trial. And there's so much I don't probably remember. All right. Let's get back to Turtle Dove. Here we go.
Wait till it's on Netflix. Because, oh, yeah, that's coming too. I don't know if I might have mentioned this on Turtle Club the other night. I've gotten multiple offers.
I can't wait for his documentary to come out.
On this. I'm going to get to pick which, I mean, we're talking people who have won Emmys are contacting me. So, like, if they think it's bad now, give it a couple months. Like, it's going to get, and and they deserve it. Like, they deserve it. They are just fucking villains, these people, and they're going to be humiliated and shamed as they should be. And
hey, Moni G,
the gag order against Alan Jackson ain't gonna do anything except make you look a million times worse.
Thanks, Moni G. I appreciate you.
Okay.
I have a good day, sweetie.
Didn't Kirk get burned?
I texted you, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, we're not gonna get burned.
And tried to call, but
yeah,
I know you're busy.
I'm telling you, I thought about hiding it, but what I'm going to do is because like people will contact them or ask them. I'm just not going to say who the producers are, but I've been contacted by multiple production companies all from Hollywood, all from Los Angeles, all check out. They've done some major documentaries on Netflix that a lot of you have probably watched before. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want them. I'd like to keep some of this a secret. I haven't made my choice yet, but I'm in the position now where yours truly is going to be like featured in it, like heavily. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. Anyway, so let's go. But before we get into that, just a reminder.
Sad old dog, and that's probably why they have so much corruption. People are too afraid to talk. If there's no protection for sources in the press, what do they gain besides living in hell like Turtle Boy is right now, facing these ridiculous charges by trying to expose it? It's insanity to me. The media could reveal it, but the media would have to reveal their sources if they were in court, and no one wants to speak. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. It's sick. Sick.
If you guys like the program and you want to donate to it and help out, you can't on here on YouTube because they took away our super chats because we had the wrong opinion about President Dementia's climax mandates for the vaccine not too long ago. So you can't do super chat, but we're in luck because we built our own platform 2 years ago. It's called Turtle Chat. If you click at the link at the top of this stream, that brings you to something called Turtle Chat. You can donate whatever amount of money you want, and you get to write a message. I will receive that message in my email and read it out loud to the class. You can also send via Cash App if you like to do that at $ Uncle Turtle Boy. I will get the notification on my phone. I've already gotten 2 donos. Read off here. We got 1 Cash App. The Cash App came earlier today. It was from Tom D. Says sends $10. Says, hey Eden, awesome job on both.
A lot of this in the beginning now because
we got 1 donation
watched
here.
through
Jeff,
some of this beginning.
Well, guys, if you're on
he doesn't really talk much
Rumble does not censor at all. We've never had
about it in the first hour.
to integrate as far as the ads go on there. So, but his big thing was like,
This is his main story. I'm gonna go fast forward through this.
own the mansion. These things to his
excellent care of my kids. My kids have been pulled out by
also known as Owen Thomas's car, the guy that they never took you off of Twitter. I've been on Twitter a million times. I've had gigantic accounts taken down constantly. I'm constantly rebuilding. If they let me stay on Twitter and Facebook, I'd have close to 1 million followers on Twitter. But they don't let me stay fucking on.
Yeah, they wanted to silence him for a long time, even before the Karen Reed stuff.
Andrew Johnson, that's crusty panties. Like, I'm so sick of the people that say, "Oh, you won't show up." Okay, motherfucker. Like, ask Chris Albert. I show up. That's my thing. It's my brand. I show up. Let's see if you show up. Dark alley shit. And first of all, why don't you just come up here? Come to Boston. Like, I love meeting new people.
All right,
now, and why go right to the violence too? Like,
104.
I'm going to tell you what I think. Like, we're grown men. I'm going to tell you what I think about you to your face. Why do we have to fight? I mean, I could kick your ass, obviously, but I don't need to kick your ass because I'm a grown ass man, and so are you.
Oh, right there.
So why
Hold
would I
on.
want to do that to you?
I gotta write that down. 104 says, "I could kick your ass, but I don't need to."
I just want to prove a point that I will tell you anything to your face that I call you ass man, and so are you. Kick your ass, obviously, but I don't need to kick your ass because I'm a grown ass man, and so are you. So why would I want to do that?
Man.
Why? I just want to prove a point that I will tell you anything to your face that I call you online. Anything.
There we go. Because I'll see to your face anything I say online. All right.
You're getting what you want. I'm challenging you to call me. Would you call me in my inbox a prison yard? I can't tag him because I had to block him. You didn't have to block me, but he followed me, not the other way around. So it shouldn't be hard for him to see this. Can't tag him. Yeah, you're from Boston. Let's handle this the old Irish way. You're moved coward. And then he posts a video of his daughter like punching something. It's like, oh, what? So he claims that we're like piling on.
Yeah, old dog. He brought up Chris Albert. He brought up Chris Albert as an example, and that's when he said that to Chris Albert. He says, "I could kick your ass, but I don't need to," because he was talking about. That's what I was writing down about how he's talking about his brand is basically showing up, and so yeah. If you guys hear anything that I don't, put a little something in the chat.
And like I go on his thing. Nobody's messaging his kids. Nobody's messaging his kids. Nobody's saying anything negative. It's just straw man bullshit. Like, stop. This is what Crusty Panties and all them do. Like, stop coming after my kids. Okay, no one's going after your kids. Stop going after the McCabe girls. No one's going after them. Nobody's going after them. We're talking about you, and now you're hiding behind them. Stop hiding behind your fucking kids, Tony. And then he messages me. He unblocks me while I'm sleeping, and rage messages me all night. Says, "Let's run it, pussy. Where you at?" Sends me fucking BuffaloBruises.com.
Yeah, I just lost my pen.
That's pedo behavior.
Okay.
Yes. I'm offering you a plane ticket to come see me. I have to book it.
Let me fast forward again.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a...
Oh, who's he calling?
Call him right now. Give me a picture of my goddamn house and my phone number. Well, we got his phone number. Should we call him? Let's give him a call. Let's give him a call.
Well, the guy that he's did the story about.
He wanted to kick my ass, right? But he's blocking me. Hey, Tony. It's Aiden from Turtle. Having his trolls call my place of business. Your former Brett, Troll Holomeo, and even Catherine Peter. Make it. Yeah. So I'm just trying to read the comments there. He wasn't raised right.
This lady, that's
That
okay.
looks like
She might
Sarah.
admit that.
This story, if anyone's looking for something funny that they haven't
Face
seen
and
of
Michael.
Aiden, him going over the story of this guy was actually pretty funny. I watched most of it already myself. I went too far.
He did that. Anyway, can we find out? It's just a matter of time. I mean, a lot of this depends on the gag order. But you haven't even seen the really good shit yet. Let's put it that way.
Here we go. This is where he starts talking again
15,
about
almost 1,600.
Karen Reed and McGill.
Not so bad. Okay, so let's talk about some updates here from Canton, Massachusetts, and maybe we can revisit that Tony story another time. Okay, so this week I didn't have a lot of big updates this week because look, I got some information I just can't share. All right, it's complicated, but I have some stuff. Oh my god, I'm like, oh, I can't share it yet. But once I can, you're gonna like the people that are doubting this are gonna feel even dumber if that's possible. But you haven't even seen the really good shit yet. Let's put it that way. Let's just put it that way. Upcoming week, I'm expecting some new motions because they got to file the motions before court. And whenever the defense puts a motion together, it's always good. And you always find out new shit, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But when can we find out? It's just a matter of time. I mean, a lot of this depends on the gag order, I'm guessing. We'll see. I have a feeling if they don't think they're going to get this gag order, if I were them, I would just go full jihad. I would just release it all. Fuck it. What do you care at this point? You know? What do you care? But we'll see. Anyway, Auntie Bev has been busy because she has been presiding over the Michael Chesna trial. Oh, Michael Chesna's the victim, of course. I just hate saying the Manny Lopes because I hate that guy. But anyway, basically, the same judge from the Karen retrial, this disheveled looking, drunkard looking woman, Bev Canoni, has been, and the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office have been completely bungling this, which should have been a really easy case. I mean, Michael Chesna, if you're unfamiliar, it was almost 5 years ago now. It was on July 15th of 2018. He responds to a call, I believe, of a crash. This guy stole his girlfriend's car or BMW. He was a coke dealing felon who was out on bail, a $500 bail for serious felonies because some other idiot judge let him go, Jean Marie Carroll. And Chesna responds. And this guy picks up a rock and throws it at Chesna's head, knocking him out. Then goes over, takes his gun and shoots him point blank with it. Then escapes, runs away, and then shoots indiscriminately into a house where he kills a 77-year-old woman by the name of Vera Adams. So nobody's disputing these facts. He did those. He did that. This is an easy one. And most states would be like, you're getting a chair, but we don't have death penalty here. So you're getting life in prison without parole. End of story. Just take your plea and move on. Mad static. Okay, I'll push this away. Hopefully that fixes it. She was minding her own business. Yes, she was. Minding her own business. So nobody disputes the facts. But his court-appointed attorney wants him to go to Bridgewater State Hospital as opposed to Shirley Max. Now, I assume it's easier at Bridgewater, or else somebody messaged me today and they said it's actually not. It's actually harsh there. But I asked them back. I didn't get a response. It was basically like, well, then why would he even be fighting this then? I don't know. It seems like being around the people in Shirley would probably be a lot less comfortable for this guy. A lot less comfortable. And I mean, this is look at it.
Listen, I'm one of the prettiest motherfuckers to ever live. Okay? So I'm way too fly to be fucking with one bitch not doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I sound like a fucking beating a dead motherfucking horse, man. But you know what I'm saying? I go to work every day. I go to work every single day and work out in this hard ass motherfucking sun. Landscaping, you know what I'm saying? Picking up barrels and shit. I try to do every day. So niggas talking about I don't go to work. All right. You don't know what I be doing all day. I be going to work.
Yeah, it's
What
gross.
you talking about?
I'm a you, Lauren. I can't even look at him. Fuck this guy.
School.
So he's a piece of shit. So I don't go to no school. I mean, look at him. This is not an insane person. This is just a piece of shit. That's all this is. This is clearly just a maggot. And he gets hauled into court every day. And I had a friend who had jury duty in Worcester about a month and a half ago. And they're like, oh my God. They messaged me and they said, Bev Canoni is the judge. It's the Michael Chesna case. And they said that, look, they tell us right away, like they give us a survey about like, do you trust cops and whatever. Like they're looking for people that don't like police, which right now I think the Karen Reed case has accelerated that with some people as far as the word trust goes. But they asked them, Canoni told jurors, right, that they would need to be available for at least a month. So you can't have if you have a vacation plan, you're not going to get picked. I mean, they're doing this in the summer when people are going on vacation and shit. And they would have to be bussed in every day for the trial from Worcester to Dedham. They're doing this because too many people, they believed in Norfolk County, they couldn't find a jury that would give them a fair trial because it got too much publicity. Newsflash, we heard about it here too. We were well aware of it. It's not the fucking middle of nowhere. They didn't go to Pittsfield. It's Worcester. It's an hour. It's really not that far. And so this immediately disqualifies so many qualified people because, like, think about it. If you're a mother of small kids, if you're a business owner, if you had vacations planned, you're dismissed. You're gone. These are qualified people gone. So you're left with a bunch of ragtags. I saw the jury when I was in Canton last week. My final stop was in Dedham, and I sat in on. I was there for 5 fucking minutes, and I looked at the jury. I sat next to David Traub, right, with Richie, and we watched. I saw the jury, and they'll tell you, I've never seen a more Worcester jury in my life. People in pajamas, some fat guy in a huge oversized sweatshirt on this hot day. One woman with purple hair and the nose ring. It's like you got to be like, you look at this. Oh my God, this is not a jury. This would be a jury of my peers if my name was, Amiri King, maybe. But this is like, this people aren't going to get. You're like, oh, like this is who's deciding this. This is crazy. I was there for literally 5 minutes when the judge ordered the jury out and had a sidebar. I guess she does this all the time. Like whenever she instructed every witness, you can't cry or show emotion because she's a pro defendant, and this is a little confusing because Karen Reed's a defendant and she's not very pro Karen Reed, but she's a pro underdog, like because she was a former public defender. And I think in Karen's case, it's the rare situation where the Commonwealth is viewed as the underdog because Adam Wally's retarded and Karen Reed is well resourced and smart, and she's better equipped than them, and the facts are on her side. So in this case, anyway, so they had a bunch of people in pajamas, and this is what a witness told me. They definitely don't want to be there. It's obviously they're basically in their pajamas, some of them. That's Bev Cannoni's fault. Or Bev Cannoni. That's Bev Cannoni's fault. You need to get them in line, Bev. You need to make sure that these people are coming to court every day. Is it hard to institute a dress code? Just say, look, you can't come in here in your pajamas. You can't. You got to take it seriously. If you allow this to happen like this, and you don't allow the jury to hear a lot of shit that makes them, make it seem like a human being died, like a man with 2 kids was killed and an elderly woman was killed in her home. If people can't cry and show those basic emotions, and you can't wear any thin blue line stuff in a courtroom, except in the Karen Reed case, all those assholes with the Justice for JJ shit are all wearing thin blue line stuff. So she's not allowing any of that in the courtroom. It's a fucking shit show. And first of all, why the fuck did it take 5 years? This is the Norfolk County District Attorney's incompetence. Like 5 years it took to bring this case to fucking trial, to put the family through this. They've been through enough. 42 years old he was. 2 young kids. They've been through so much. And you're going to put them through 5 years of no justice. And then when you finally have a trial, it's a fucking kangaroo court. Like shame on Michael Morrissey again, completely incompetent. And obviously shame on Bev Cannoni. She's a joke. Every time someone shows emotion, she stops them, tells the jury when someone shows emotion, you're not supposed to take that into consideration. She must have said it 15 times the other day. People that are very familiar with the court said they've never seen a judge like this. When I was in court for 5 minutes, I saw Cindy Chestnut get up and walk out like crying. She was so upset. They're putting her through literal fucking hell, this woman. And this is what, so they've been deliberating now for over a week. And they keep asking the judge. The last Thursday, the jury asked for reports or transcripts of testimony from 4 expert witnesses. We don't have access to them, the judge responded in a note. Oh, you don't have access to them? The transcripts? Why not? I mean, look at this. This picture says 1,000 words, doesn't it? And that's what they're putting her through. Horrible. So anyway, there's Michael Morrissey, the asshole there. I mean, this his failure too. Look at it. Doesn't he look like a drunkard? Oh, nice tie, asshole. So
That's how you really feel, Adrian.
Now there's 1 juror holding out. There's 11, I'm being told, for guilty, and 1 who's holding out. And that juror, apparently, by the way, 2 were already dismissed, including 1 who asked out a court officer. A female asked her out, and you get kicked out for that because they're not taking it seriously. This jury's a joke. So this 1 juror is holding out and refusing to participate in deliberations. And instead of demanding that she do her job, she just sent the jury home. So now the Chestnuts have to deal with another weekend of this not being resolved. They have to go to court again next fucking week. And she goes, all things considered, it doesn't make sense to deliberate today. Why not? I'm going to send you all home. Sure makes sense to the Chestnuts. I do appreciate everyone's patience. This is a sensitive matter. It's how about telling them to do their fucking job? 1 juror was brought to the sidebar 5 times and broke down in tears. How the fuck did she get chosen, this retard? And by the way, look who's called in as the WCVB legal expert to share his analysis. Brian Albert's stupid attorney, Greg Henning.
Wow.
And do you think Greg Henning would ever use his legal analyst job to, I don't know, be critical of Judge Cannoni? No, he can't. He can't because he has to kiss her ass if he wants the rulings to go his way in court. And this is just so corrupt how this shit all works. So that's what we're dealing with on that front. It's fucking horrible what they're doing to this poor woman. Is what it is. So anyway, let me so here's what I was gonna I don't know if we had any other updates on the Canton thing. I do have a couple things I want to go over here. If you guys haven't joined this justice for, and by the way, I did file a complaint with the Post Commission against Carl Dugal. More people should do that. I still can't believe he made that post about his feelings being hurt. Like, what a fucking tool bag. But anyway, I made a post in the Justice for Karen Read and John O'Keefe group. All right, sorry, I'm just reading. And I asked earlier, where'd it go? About does anyone have any comments or questions? So I'm going to take some of these questions. Oh no, we got to watch this video first, dude. You got to see this fucking video. Hold on. So this target rider, his name is Justin, and he did an experiment. He took some meat out of his freezer, and he basically beats the shit out of a taillight with it. You'll see. He explains it all here. Watch this. This is what happens. How can I make this full screen? Here we go. Watch this. This is funny.
I've been in the Fraser for most of my life. What we have here is a Toyota taillight, I believe out of a Toyota RAV4. And Lexus is also a Toyota product. And here we have these old back ribs that have been in our freezer for like 2 years. And I was like, we're not going to eat them. And this is probably about as realistic as it can get. So for this test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this taillight lens and see what it takes to crack it with the back rib. All right. So let's start off slow.
Justin,
and then we'll move it up from there. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Okay, let's try it. Yeah. That's a duck leg. All right. Look around.
You have too much coffee, Melissa.
It's not breaking.
Uh-oh.
Look at this. This is what this case is doing to people. People are in the garage smashing up Toyotas. With fucking 2-year-old meat.
Right here. A little bit apart. Cracked in here too, probably from the zip tie.
Not funny watching people
no!
back then trying
Finally
to do
broke.
this stuff.
But it's not even like a big.
That's what I told her yesterday.
Welcome to Turtle Boy. This is what we do.
I was like,
There's a
drink
small
a cup
crack.
for me because I didn't have any caffeine yesterday.
Beer bottle, take one.
The beer bottle's gonna break.
No problem.
Cracked?
No, no thanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna break this beer bottle in my hand though either. Josh. Still not broken.
Because when you think about it, it is absurd that the taillight would even break at all. I'm glad he did this experiment because it's kind of ridiculous to think the taillight would even break at all. Like, why would the taillight break? What's going on here? Okay. Like a taillight breaks when you hit something like, I don't know, sharp, I guess, and like it's got to go to a real high rate of speed. Like John O'Keefe's hip, whatever the fuck he hit, his hip wasn't bruised. So I guess his head. So the taillight hit his head, so he's tying a shoe. Well, why is his head in the view of the? None of this makes fucking sense, obviously. And anyone with a brain can see it. I still can't believe it's happening. But I made a post on here. Let's see if I can find it. And I asked, do you have any questions? So let me go to it. Let me see if I can find it.
I hope you don't either, Melissa. Might have to
Okay,
take
I found
a
it.
cup
Tom,
with
get on
ya.
my post. Let's see. So let me read some questions here. So I said, since this is such an active group, is there anything you'd like me to address about this case in the live show tonight? Answer below or ask questions and I can respond to as many as I can. There will be lots of new stuff coming out in the weeks in preparation. So we got 145 comments. I'm gonna go through these as quick as I can. I'm not gonna answer every question because some of them, I can't answer the
Right,
questions I've asked a
Kazi?
million times. I can't. The most common question I'm seeing is like, why did John go in the house? Okay, we can't relive that. Okay, so anyway, we're just gonna jump right on this. So let's see. The first one says, did police hear Karen make suicidal threats? Or did someone else report these threats to make her seem irrational? It's a good question. So it was not Karen. It was Karen Reed's father, I believe. That's what I'm told. Is the one that heard her say that. So that is not made up. Now I could totally understand that. Of course, like your boyfriend he's dead. I mean, people say crazy shit. So when you say that, she's involuntarily sent to the psych ward. But despite allegedly confessing at the scene over and over again, she's not arrested or charged. She's released. She goes back to the house. She goes back to Meadows Ave when she gets out at like noon. By then, that was the worst thing that happened to her because that's when the plotting took place. Those 5 or 6 hours there, that's when the friends and family meeting started.
Yeah, because
That's
she
when
never
Lank is
said
inside
it.
the house. That's when Proctor's inside
That
the
was
house.
made up later.
Not good. Not good. So that's that. Okay, next one. I'd like to know if Jen McCabe had an affair with Brian Albert. It would partially explain why she is so invested. So I never talked about that because I don't care. It really doesn't matter at all. It's not germane to the story. It doesn't add that much. Maybe. I don't know. Like she seems like a whore. If they do, they do. To me, it doesn't add much to the story. So I just never covered it. I want to know if Karen is exonerated or found not guilty. Will they go after the real killers? Well, first of all, the district attorney's office certainly will not. And so if she's found not guilty, if this goes to trial, that's a bad thing for John O'Keefe. It's a good thing for Karen Reed in a sense because she doesn't go to jail, but it's a bad thing for John O'Keefe because he doesn't get justice. And it's kind of not a good thing for Karen Reed because that will continue in Canton with these people. Not that she gives a fuck about any of them, but like John O'Keefe's stupid fucking brother.
Yeah,
And
if you got a travel cup, Melissa, I would take a cup with you just in case.
these Carl Dougals of the world, you'd be like, she got away with murder. Like that's going to be the narrative. So the people that will go after him will be the feds. They're the ones impaneling the grand jury. And I think that there's a follow-up question on that. Somebody said, I don't think that they will go after the cops. Too much risk, especially Proctor. Now they're not like the feds aren't afraid of that. The feds will definitely go after if they have enough shit on him, which they should get him. Let's see. Have you heard what any of the people in the home said on social media to family or friends about the night of the murder, or has anyone been quiet? No, nothing like that. The only one that really goes out in public is Jen McCabe and Matt McKee. I'd like to know more about the feds' involvement. Wouldn't we all? What are they looking into exactly? What is the indictment and what the indictment by a grand jury would be for? So that would be actually. Let me pull this up. So we don't know. We don't know what what this would be, but I think we can assume that I think the target of this whole thing would have to be, and that's why I think it's taken so long because they're not just solving a murder here. Like the people that killed John O'Keefe are not the only people that will go down for this. It's also the district attorney's office. So to go after the district attorney's office is unprecedented, and they have to find out what Adam Lally knew and when he did it and what stuff he intentionally did not turn over. Like, was he actively covering this up? They have to be able to prove everything. And the feds have such a good conviction rate that they are going to do.
Yeah, and there's
due
nothing
diligence
illegal
when
with
it comes to
calling
that.
people names.
So that's the best I can,
You
answer with
can't
that. Next is
someone in jails
the tow
for
truck driver
fees.
and the Dayton officer who requested the tow would have both signed off on the motor vehicle inventory form, noting items in the vehicle, money, dents, scratches, or broken lenses. Has anyone seen that form? No, we have not. And Jeff Leary from Fall River Raw spoke on the phone, and he posted his conversation with Diamond Towing, the organization the tow company that towed the car. And they report that the headlight wasn't broken. We're going to see in the future, guys, that they got nothing on. First of all, the taillight shit's like, it shouldn't be smashed. First of all, why do they still have a car? And the taillight on the car is just completely, they've taken it all. It's gone. It's gone. It's fucking gone. So, and there was no before and after pictures taken, nothing.
Little did Aiden know at this point, this is from July 2023, talking about why they still have the car. And they would have the car for what, 2 more years, was it? Pretty crazy.
They got nothing. Proctor has nothing. Like, I don't know how they thought that this woman was going to go down for this. I think the plan was she wasn't. The plan was they're going to just like, oh, that bitch got away with murder. I think that was the plan to begin with. I mean, and Brian's a former cop, so he would know better than anyone. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Why is Sean up here in Mass? Anything to do with the case? You'd have to ask Sean. Have you reached out to Commissioner Cox? No, from Boston? No, I have not. Let's see. I know Brian Nagel was interviewed, but what about the 2 other people in the car? That's a good question. So,
I mean, anybody that might be listening right now, does anybody know what happened to Cox leaving, stepping down, retiring, resigning, whatever? I haven't heard anything. I haven't necessarily researched it lately, but when that announcement or whatever came out, it was like a big deal, and then nothing. So if anyone knows anything about that, please let me know.
I believe they are saying the same story. I think one of them was his girlfriend at the time. They've since broken up, but I believe their story is all consistent. And I mean, I agree. Ryan Nagel is like he says, like Sean said last week, one of the most important guys in this, because Ryan Nagel, according to his own statement, he got to the house right after Karen. He saw Karen move up to where the flagpole is, which she did. She dropped him off in the driveway over here, right around here. And then Ryan Nagel pulls up behind her. So now she has to push her car down that way and sits out on the other side.
Hey, I messaged you on Discord. I made our thumbnail for our next Mondays with Zach. If you're up for it this Monday, let me know.
And yeah, so she sits over, over there. And Ryan Nagel says that he does not, he sees her by herself in her car. The interior lights are on. Most importantly, there's no sign of John inside the car or outside the car.
Right,
only be in the
Linder?
house. Adam Lally has suggested.
Linder says, I hope you wrote down more than Deaver. Don't call me Deborah. I think I always say it backwards. Deborah, don't call me Deaver. Yeah. Because I want to. Yeah. I showed that on a live when it came out, where she literally wrote 3 words. Reason for leaving. I want to. That's it. Genuinely. fine. Hi, sweetie. On my lunch, wanted to say hello. Well, thank you for stopping in. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend.
That he's actually in the car. He has no explanation for why that is. Maybe he rode in the back. I don't fucking know. Like maybe she's like a limo driver. Maybe he was given a roadhead. I don't know. But we'll see.
Were you being inappropriate, Zach? Well, YouTube erased my affectionate greeting. Hi, Jordan. Happy to see you guys. She doesn't like the diva in diva. Now I'll remember. Thank you, because now I'll never forget that. I appreciate it.
So Ryan Nagel is the best person because, I mean, when you think about it, Ryan Nagel could have easily said, yeah, I saw he was in the car. That changes everything if he's in the car. But he didn't even say that. So they got nothing. Anyway, I would like to know what color shirt he was wearing. Someone has stated orange, and there's no way he wouldn't see an orange inside. I think it was like white and navy, but don't hold me to that. And again, there was only one shoe found out there. And John had a hat on in the bar. He didn't have a hat on the rest of the night. When he was found, there's no hat. And there's no shoe. They find them both later, though. Like that alone was grounds to search the house. They all use the same dentist. Good one. What will happen at the next court date? Well, you never know what the defense is going to show. The big thing is the gag order. That's going to be on the agenda. And it's really a matter of, like, it's an art for Alan Jackson and David Unetti and Liza Little as far as coming up with what are they going to present to the court? What are they going to show this week? It's really a mystery. Like the Canton Library tape on May 3rd, that was the first time I ever heard of it. It was not in any sort of court filings prior to that. Nothing about the Canton. I hadn't seen anything about it. But yeah. Do you think there is no way that he dropped the charges because of the Brian Walsh case? Yeah, no, I think there is no way that the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office drops the charges. I agree with that. I completely agree with that. I'd like to know if anyone has recreated the crime scene with a dummy to prove what the prosecution has claimed. Example, the speed at which he was hit. What safety features did the Lexus model have that would have prevented him from being hit? Were John's injuries consistent with being hit by a car? So they did test out Michael Proctor, tested out with the cars team. Did the brakes work and did the cameras work? And they did. And that's why she's being charged with murder. But they didn't test out, like, would it break a fucking taillight, which is really like the important part. So yeah, they didn't do any of that. Where was the other shoe? The other shoe was in the house, apparently, because it showed up there 12 hours later. Was he wearing a hat or jacket that night? He was not wearing a jacket.
This is another thing that every time I go over anything, and I said it a ton when I watched the two trials back to back, was if those cops weren't trying to cover anything up and had just gone in the fucking house and did their job, the McAlberts wouldn't be in the situation they're in now. One way or another, they wouldn't be. Because the evidence would have went against them, and they would have been in Karen Reed's shoes, or the evidence would have been for them, and everybody would know it and have actual proof. So them going after Aiden they're expressing all of their frustration and anger at the wrong person. Why? They can't be mad at the cops because they know the cops were covering for them. That's what I believe, in my opinion, because anyone else would be pissed off at the cops for not doing their fucking job. Just my opinion.
Geo-tracking from the vehicle and or Karen's phone. So they have Karen's phone, so they can show us that. Why haven't they shown us that? I'd like to know when and how the Albert family got to be so feared and powerful in Canton.
Stalking Amazon.
1963.
They never deliver early enough in the day. Oh. Have to free the turtle. Yes.
I don't know the answer to that. I guess just politics. Wouldn't we all like to know what time it was when Brian was told that John?
Actually, why I have you guys here real quick? Hold on. I just put in my community post about the petty merch, and just in case there's anyone here that hasn't seen this, I want to show you guys what's already in there and tell you guys what's going to be put in there by morning. And then if you guys have any ideas or something that you want specifically in here, let me know. Hold on, I gotta sign in. Bear with me a moment. Because for anyone that may not know, Kylie Cosmos had requested some putty merch. And no one was taking her up on doing it, so I said I would. And this way, I could do something, not only provide maybe something people might want to buy, but also this would be a way for me to donate, because I can't, ever donate money to Turtle Boy because of my fixed income. But this is a way I could do that. And I have pledged 50% of all proceeds from this store to go to Turtle Boy's Defense Fund. Oops. Okay. So, why isn't it sharing this? Oh, wait, yeah, here we go. So we have right now, this is all that's in there right now, is a couple hats, different styles. We have Boston and Detroit putty. So I've also got tank tops, t-shirts, hoodies, koozies. I can't remember. I have a list. I have Kentucky as in the state. I can do city or state. So if you have a specific petty city or state that you want me to add to the store, I will. You just got to let me know. So right now, all that's in there is hats, but there's going to be a bunch more, and a bunch more cities and states than just Boston and Detroit. But if you want anything specific added to it, please just let me know and I will add it. Thanks, guys. All right, let's get back to this. And then let me catch up. It's a bunch of BS. It is, Melissa. That's for sure. Monday's going to be a tough day. I'll try to pop in, but I don't know how long. Do you want to do a different day, Zach? Let me know. Because I can do whatever day works for you. Oh, did I miss Noodles? Hey, Noodles. How are you today? It reminds me I need to order a webcam off Amazon. Isn't Prime Day or is it past already? I used to be a member. When I had the extra money, I used to be a member of Amazon Prime. He's shout out too loud for them. Do not look here. We have it in Ring Camera. Nothing to see here. Move along, folks. I know that whole camera, when I found out about the Ring Camera footage from across the street or whatever, from there's another cop or a supervisor in the PD, like, and then them just saying, well, I know it didn't cover that area. How do you know? How do you know? Did you see it? How can you take an assumption when you could have gotten the proof? I don't get that. Oh my God, the sand colored hat. Yeah, I'm going to do all different colors too. There's, in with the hats, you can pick, there's like 8 or 9 colors. Georgia would be cool. You got it. I'll add it to the list. Georgia. All right. Georgia's added to the list. Yeah, I like the tan hat too. I like the beanie. I want to get the winter beanie hat when I have a little extra. I couldn't live without Prime, as terribly sad as that is. It's true. Yeah, I mean, when I had to start working from home and making a little less money than I used to make, and it was a sacrifice I had to make. But when I had it and had extra money back then, yeah, I could be a bad girl on Prime, because it was like, it's so easy just to be like, oh, I need something. Let's go on this. Oh, it'll be there tomorrow at, between 2 and 4 p.m. It's like, nice. So convenient. How do we get a hat? Oh, it's, sorry guys. Let me put in the link in the chat. Okay, I just put the link in the chat. That's for the merch store. Oh, Prime Day. Hey, KLB. Prime Day is June 23rd to 26th. Oh, okay, so it didn't pass yet. It's coming up. I have the same beanies in my store. Fourth Wall is so good. It's so fun, isn't it? I was having so much fun picking through all the merch that they have to offer. And the only thing I didn't like was the way, if you wanted to design it using their site instead of like uploading a design, I ended up having to go over to Canva, because I've been working with Canva for months now, that it was much easier to do it that way and then upload the design. Because especially even on my tiny ass laptop, like the little area they give you to work with for the design, especially for hats, is so small. It's like, geez, oh Pete's, can't do it. Oh, that's soon. My husband's B-Day is the 23rd. He will be happy I'm getting deals that day. There you go. You can spoil him extra good this year, Katie. I'm too impatient to order things through the internet. The next day is too long sometimes. Yeah, see, for me, like when I used to drive, I mean, I still have a driver's license and everything. I just got rid of my car because I didn't ever go anywhere once I started working from home. It was money I didn't need to spend. And yeah, when I had my car though, like I probably would have just run to the store if I needed one or two things. However, now that I don't drive, if there's anything I need, it is way cheaper to just order it, have it sent. And especially with Amazon, most things you can get within a day, 2 days sometimes. It's just awfully convenient. Why was the media lying to us about the camera footage? I really want to know. How can they say something is true when it really wasn't? So they did not investigate at all. Yeah, a lot of people are bringing that up again lately, because I don't remember what channel, if it was Boston CBS, Boston NBC, I'm not sure, or both of them, talking about there was camera ring footage of the actual supposed accident back then. And they say, I know the one that I heard, the reporter that I heard from back then said sources tell us. So I don't know if that technically really meant more than one, but saying their sources tell them that there's camera footage of the incident, like, I sure like to know, why aren't they going after them to find out who their sources are? If they can go after Aiden for his sources, why can't they go after them for their sources for spreading obviously false information? Spreading a false narrative? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Love Fourth Wall's choice of brands, since I love colors. I just designed everything in Photoshop, then uploaded it. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing after the fact, was going to Canva and uploading it. It was much easier that way. Is it D.A. Morrissey? You know, who knows? This is what it could have been, anyone. And it could have been no one. Like, it also makes you wonder if they just said that. Mainstream media, these people sometimes just say shit. I truly believe that. They just say shit the same way anyone on the tubes, on the big screen, on the TV, on anything. They want to get viewers. So what do? They say things to get people interested. Now, it's more than likely someone told them that, but it's still a possibility that no one did. But that's the point. If they're going after Aiden and anyone else who is trying to find out what really happened to Officer John O'Keefe, why aren't they going after the people that did shit wrong but were anti-Karen Read? They're not going after them. Which only to me proves how much they want to just silence Aiden, because he got the word out, and he was getting the word out, showing corruption, showing how bad it is there, spreading awareness of all this shit. And they wanted to shut him up. Same reason they're weaponizing the witness intimidation against him for that fucking the T-Rex arms in front of the window at D&E Pizza. Seriously, dude. Will was there too. And this is in no way saying that Will should have been arrested, because he shouldn't have been. Aiden shouldn't have been charged with that. And Aneurysm was there too. Neither of them were charged. Just saying. Oops. No, it won't load. Come on.
On his
There
lawn.
we go.
And did any of the women Karen called looking for John tell the homeowner about her calls? Okay, so let me address the first part of that. Brian Albert was allegedly, according to the narrative, made aware that the body was on his lawn on when Jennifer McCabe came into the house, walked up to their bedroom and told them, and woke them up from their slumber. Somehow they couldn't wake up from all the other shit. So Jen McCabe gave him a wake-up call. But of course, we know that Jen McCabe made 2 calls to her sister at 6:07 and 6:08, in which she spoke to her for 7 seconds and 9 seconds and likely whispered something into the phone to the extent of, "Karen Reed's here, don't come outside." The reason that Brian Albert could not.
Oh, I agree, old dog. I really do. Says, I hear you, but if we could get answers to those things, like actual answers, his case would be so strong against the allegations. Yes, they would. And that's what I'm saying is, like, why is it that we're not getting those answers? And why is it not okay to try and get those answers when they did the same exact shit to Gretchen Voss, to Aiden? It's hypocritical. It's beyond. Ooh, I have a guest. Hi, deflated attorney. Cousin G.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you feeling?
Yeah, all right.
All
Can
right.
you hear me okay? I'm outside. Wind's going.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't we were in the middle of doing a turtle thing?
Yeah, well, I'm just going through episode 596, And I was just talking about how because Old Dog had brought up like the Ring camera video footage that supposedly the news did report, but that supposedly existed showing Karen Reed hitting John O'Keefe, and then that was false. And talking about the fact that, speaking of Gretchen Voss, getting almost forced to reveal sources and trying to weaponize this kind of shit. Why aren't people going after like the source that fed that crap to the news back then? Who told them there was a Ring camera video, Ring footage?
It's a good question. Who knows? But there is no journalistic privilege in Massachusetts. None.
Now, see, I think that's awful. This is why things get so bad, because people don't want to talk. Why don't they want to talk? Because they have no protection. None.
Because they have no protection. Yeah.
It's
So why would anybody talk?
Exactly.
That's the problem. There's no, any journalist may as well be, a citizen. I mean, we're afforded all the same rights, right? Like there should be protection for sources and stuff like that. But we don't have that. We don't have that in Massachusetts.
See, I always thought before, I think I only learned that like a couple months ago. I think in watching Aiden and stuff. But I always thought there was a federal protection for that kind of stuff. But I didn't know that
It's state to state. It's not federal. It's state to state.
Right.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that, and I think a lot of other people probably don't know that.
Well, I didn't know it either until we found out.
Yeah.
During the trial, I didn't know that. It wouldn't be something I would even be interested in. But we learned real quick that there's no journalistic privilege in Massachusetts. So, yeah. That's the way it is. Great Commonwealth we got over here.
That's why I always say I feel so bad for everyone that lives in Massachusetts. For this shit is awful. Like I was talking earlier about, at least here in Michigan, our judges and that are voted on. But there's still the problem there too, because most people just vote their party. They don't pay attention to what these people stand for, what their beliefs are, what their history is like. They don't even think of anything like that. They just get put on the ballot, they vote straight Democrat or straight Republican, and that's that. So
yeah, and here they are appointed by the governor.
Right.
And
I looked up that guy's name that appointed Judge Cannoni, this Deval Patrick.
Deval Patrick.
Yeah, what is up with him? Was he a bad guy too?
I don't know if he was a bad guy. He's just a shitty Democrat, kind of. He wasn't anything. He wasn't, I guess, horrible. I mean, I'm not really a politics guy, but
yeah,
Deval Patrick is responsible for a lot of lingering nonsense going on around here. So I don't think he did any good. So yeah, I don't know.
I was just wondering because when I was reading, I went back and looked earlier, and I read about the who appoints it, because I didn't know if it was, and that's when I learned it's the governor, because like I said, we vote them in here. So when I saw that name, I wrote it down. So I was like, I just wanted to look and see what kind of guy that person was, because I mean, it just seems like they're all shady as shit in Massachusetts, unfortunately.
Yeah. You got that right. Sorry, hold on. I almost screwed this up.
You're good.
Okay, I want to turn
Melissa, be careful driving.
Who, me?
No, Melissa, she said in the
Oh,
chat she's going to be driving.
yeah, be careful driving. Drive
KLB,
fast, take chances. No, I'm just kidding.
KLB says most of the judges on the ballot during the last election were running unopposed. And that's another problem. It's the same thing with what I was talking about in the beginning of the stream when people have, like, depending on the political position or seat that they're filling, that some of them that have no, like district attorneys, they have no what's the limitations on how many terms they can
Term
serve.
limits.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's just someone should not be able to run unopposed for 30 whatever years like Morrissey and just keep the seat. It just shouldn't be like that.
I agree. Yeah, he has run unopposed for how long? Since the 80s, maybe the early 80s,
Yeah.
which is nuts if you think about it.
Yeah, it's
And
insane.
yeah, the whole state police unit is within the brick and mortar confines of that office, and it's just we've heard it 1,000 times. It's a hotbed for corruption. It's just
Yep.
so that needs to be fixed. I don't know. Let's say Deitch does get Deitch is elected to be the DEA. I don't know that changes. I don't know. I guess he would have the power to change it. I don't know if that goes higher up, but that's a lot of the problem. And it's just, you know, uh, this state, this commonwealth, as they call it, is just rife with corruption. I mean, I did my mother's story last week.
Mm-hmm.
On the stuff that she went through and the stuff we went through as kids. And it's like that all over the place. And I think it doesn't seem to be getting any better because if Connor gets voted in, he's a carbon copy of Morrissey.
Oh yeah, I call him Morrissey's lapdog.
Right. I mean, he's slightly thinner and definitely younger, but he is of the same ilk, if you will. So, but a lot of the people that are going to be voting in that election are the people that support Morrissey.
Yeah.
It's something radical, not necessarily radical changes, but something definitely has to change. People got to be sick of the status quo and need to get out and vote.
100%.
We'll
And
see.
Need Some says that's why I question how, why not that all of this has happened, but that he's not running, meaning Morrissey, and Connor is, and now there are 7 others against him, one of which is Deitch. It seems weird to me, but I don't know. And I've agreed there because I have to say, the little bit I do know about politics was my mom ran for city council, which is the same thing as your guys' select board or whatever, way back when I was a teenager.
Mhm.
And the people that run against the
Incumbent.
the bigger people, and not only just the incumbent, but the people that get more votes and they literally
Yeah.
refuse to drop out, are there to split the votes 9 times out of 10. They're not there to think they're going to win. They know they're not going to win. And you have to think that all these years, like this Need Some Me says, all these years he runs unopposed, and now he's not. But now there's 7 other people running. Like, it's pretty weird, don't you think? Especially with ones that obviously are not going to win, and yet they won't drop out.
Yeah, it's called muddying the waters. It's, it's like there are, 5 of them that should probably just endorse somebody and step aside, but that doesn't. All of a sudden, I heard 7 the other day. I was like, 7? Like, where did all? Like, I thought there was Dijon Mustard there. I thought there was her. I thought there was Deitch. And I thought there was Connor. And now we got Barracat. We got
Oh yeah, it's weird.
what did I call him? Afro Volta, like John Travolta with an afro. I don't know. It's not the best name I've come up with, but like Afro Volta.
I like that though.
Thank you. And then all of a sudden there's 7. I'm like, where did all these other ones come from? But yeah, it's just going to be splitting the vote, and whatever percentage of them know they're not going to win.
Exactly.
So it'd be like vote for Kasi G. You know what I mean? Like,
I would vote for you, Kazi.
oh, thank you. I have 3 other people that would vote for me too, if I lived in Norfolk County, but I don't.
I might wish that you checked on Mrs. Kazi a few more times since Easter.
Well, when was Easter?
2 months ago, dude. 3
Are you
months
sure?
ago. I think so.
I feel like it was just like the day before yesterday.
Well, it was already like 2 weeks ago. We talked about that she probably dropped her bell, and I think you were going to go check, but have
What
you?
bell? Was there a bell at some point? Was there a bell at some point?
Well, I thought there was, but I could be wrong because my brain fog and memory isn't so good either.
Well, I took the little thing out of the bottom of the bell, the thing that goes ding, ding, ding. I took that out because it was making too much noise. And you think that's the problem?
Yeah.
I can't hear the bell?
Yes, I think that might be the problem, Kazi G. I think that you might want to get her a new bell. Just make it a really small one so it only makes a tiny little noise. But it's just
I don't know. I didn't like that other bell to begin with. That's why I took the dinger out of it.
Well, definitely don't get her a whistle. That would even be more.
No, we tried that too. I took the little, how the whistle's got the little P thing in it, and the thing bounces around. I took that out too, so that doesn't work either. So that's out. I mean, I don't like stuff that makes noise.
Well, I guess she's kind of shit out of luck then, isn't she?
Well, I don't know. When was Easter? I mean, it was.
That's the sad thing. I have no idea when Easter is now. I think it was at the end of March. So we're in.
Well, that's the last time I checked on it. She seemed fine.
Well, 3 months. It's been about 3 months. Hopefully she's okay. I think she'll
3
be okay.
months. When do you celebrate Easter?
Like I said, I think it was in March. It's now June.
It's not June.
Do you own a calendar, Kazi G?
What's 6 mean? 6
Yeah.
is. Wait, hold on. Oh shit! It's June. Well, at least it's the beginning of June. It's not that bad.
Well, I wouldn't call the 19th the beginning of June, but okay.
Well, it's
we'll go with
almost the
that.
begin. It's almost the beginning of July.
True. We can get with that. It's almost the beginning of
It
July.
hasn't. It hasn't been that long.
Well, yeah, I think you're good. I think you'll be good. But you might want to come up with a new system.
Oh, I'll be good, but I don't know if she is. And now that you mention it, seeing I took the dinger out of the bell and the thing out of the whistle, I should probably go. Yeah, I don't know. There's spiders down there. I don't like it. I'm just gonna wait it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you there. I wouldn't want to face the spiders either.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait it out. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Labor Day's coming up and soon. We'll see what happens.
Sounds good. I'll remember to check with you on Labor Day and see how Mrs. Cuzzy G is then.
Yeah, I'll go down there for Labor Day because she likes the fireworks. I'll light off some fireworks down there.
Do you mean the 4th of July?
Is that before Labor Day?
Yes.
Yeah, 4th of July.
Alrighty then. We'll have to check with you after the 4th of July.
Sometimes I throw M80s down there and bottle rockets. You ever shot off a bottle rocket before?
I have shot them off before. Don't tell because they're technically illegal in Michigan.
Not in my house, they ain't. I don't bring them outside though. They're illegal if you bring them outside. I throw them in the basement.
Oh.
I light them. I open the basement door. This is what I do. I open the basement door, and I light the bottle rocket, and then I close the door. And see what happens. And if I don't hear anything, maybe I'll throw some lady fingers down there, or some firecrackers.
Well, she
You ever
must like
seen
that
a-
at least. I mean, if she likes fireworks, she should appreciate
Oh,
it.
she loves it. She's never said anything about it.
No, she's just
Come to
enjoying
think of it, she hasn't said anything in quite a while. So,
You ever think about getting an intercom system?
who?
An intercom. You know, where you could just push the button. That way you don't have to-
Intercontinental Wrestling Champion? What?
You know, an intercom where you could just push the button and not actually even have to walk down the
Intercom, schmintercom. I'm not into that crap.
stairs. I was just thinking of ways you could avoid the spiders. And, you know.
Well, they don't like intercoms either, I wouldn't think.
I would guess not. Oh, and Specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, can you tell Katie D happy birthday? She's going to be 40 at midnight.
Oh, happy birthday, Katie D. Happy birthday. Happy
No.
anniversary. Happy anniversary of your birthday.
If we could only get you to
Good job. You made it.
Yes. Do you ever do singing, prosecutor Cousin G?
Do I ever do singing?
Yes. Do you ever sing like happy birthday?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a singer.
Yes.
I'm in the Glee Club.
Nice. What about
'Cause I'm
karaoke?
full with Glee.
You ever go karaokeing with Bukaki?
Karaoke with Bukaki.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
Let me address him by his.
I
proper-
go Bukaki with karaoke. I think you got it backwards.
I was going to say maybe I just addressed him by the wrong name. So if I addressed Yuri Buchanek by his proper name, you ever go singing with him?
We call him Baba Buchanek over here.
Baba Buchanek.
Yeah, like Baba Booey.
Booey. Yes.
Call him Baba Buchanek.
Buchanek.
That's how we're able to remember his name.
Well, that was the Bukaki heard around the world when was it Nicole Albert said it on the stand.
That'd be Julie Albert.
Julie Albert. That's right. Julie
Yeah.
Albert called him Bukaki, which only
Said it
proves-
twice.
Yes.
Bukaki.
Bukaki. Yes.
What's his name? Bukaki? She didn't even say it right.
No, she didn't. And she said it twice, which only made it that
Poor,
much.
poor lady. Looks like she hasn't eaten in two months.
Yeah.
She's got turtle dove on her brain.
Oh, that she does. They all do. They're obsessed with him.
Yeah. Yep. Friggin' turtle dove.
You ever see my picture of Julie Albert?
No. I got my own.
Someone told me she looked like a goat once. And my ChatGPT, Wanda, made a fun picture of her, and I was going to pull it up for you, but my computer is misbehaving, of course.
Well, like I let's leave Miss Albert alone.
Bear with me.
She looks rough enough.
She does look a little. I think they all look a little rough. Did you see them in court most recently?
Who?
They all looked pretty bad.
Oh,
All of
Mike
the
Tyson?
McAlbert clan looked pretty bad.
According to Mike Tyson, if he had to look at a portrait for an hour, between me, Higgins, and Nan, he would pick Nan. Have you ever heard that?
No. Wait, I think I
Yeah.
did. I take that back. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Like, yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was something else.
I did make a
That
comment
was
back then too,
something
because
else.
I did kind of see Nan flaps on Higgins' chin there.
Well, according to Kreifeld, I would be in third place in that race, and if he was staring at a portrait. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to look at any of them. I don't know if I could ever have to choose if you tried to make me choose. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I might have the audio of that. You want to hear some audio?
Yes, please.
Because I'm on my phone right now. My flip phone.
Your flip phone? Do you
Yeah,
still have the pull-out antenna too?
I do.
I thought so.
1 second. Let me see if I can find this here.
No problem.
Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, all right, hold on a second. Oops, that doesn't want to play. Okay, all right. Sorry. Oh, and it just started playing, huh?
Are you having technical difficulties, Kazi G?
Yeah, I am. Why is it not playing? God damn.
I have a lot more respect for Greg Connor if he actually came on this one, but never happened. Never happened.
Can you hear that?
Yes, I can. Well, now I can't.
Pause. Do you really?
Now I can.
Have you looked at the mirror, bro? Like, really?
Have you looked in the mirror, bro?
Sometimes I do. I get it. But for the most part, it's not what I run with because it's so easy to take shots at people's looks at yourself, right? Like you, bro, you're taking shots at people's looks. You know, if I had to choose between you, Higgins, and Nan, who I wanted to look at for the next hour, it would be Nan every single time, bro. And I think I'd pick Higgins over you. So you think that's last, but if I man, obviously I'm not. But if I had to look at one of you, a picture of you, a portrait of you for an hour straight, just stare at it, I would pick Nan every day of the week, bro. So that's the funniest shit. You're talking about looks, and you're in last place between the three of them. In my book.
He's
Last
talking
place.
to you? I'm sorry. Let me recorrect that because I thought he was talking about McAlbert's. I have to say, I would pick you hands down
It's
any
dumb
day
shit.
of the week.
Not
I would
dumb.
stare at a picture of you, Kazi. No problem.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. He keeps going.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, he does look like a deflated balloon. Yeah, he looks like a thumb. He looks like a thumb. See, I don't even like to do that, but he brought it on himself, right?
All I did was say Nan was a windsock, and he's all upset over it.
Yep.
She's a woman, I would hope so. Tom, you are kind of a woman. That's why the LTL got it right. I think it's LTL who said it. You're like a Nancy. We call you Betty Crocker. Like you are a woman, dude. All you sit there and do is gossip.
Betty Crocker.
With Golden Girl. Again, funny, unintentionally funny, dude. Because you are a woman, and I think Dan's more of a man than you are, actually.
Ooh,
That's not disrespecting Dan. That's just Dan's assertive. She's strong. She has some masculine aspects to her. Where Ozzy's kind of a little baby. So you're still crying about Dan. You're still crying about Dan because she was mean
to hear that, she's more of a man than me.
to you after you had a temper tantrum. Like it's so funny.
Temper
Like, that's
temper
like
tantrum.
6th grade girl stuff, mean girl stuff. Yeah, I know, right? You never get a woman like Dan. That's good. That's the fact too. Like nobody's a bigger lady than you. Yeah, bro. You know, I love it though. Call me a lady and see what happens if you ever get arrested.
Uh-oh.
Be real quick, over and over again. Boom, 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 boom. Over and over again.
Uh-oh.
You just get your
Really
ass beat by a
screwed
lady.
up there.
That would be funny, wouldn't it? And you are kind of a rat. That's true. He is kind of a rat.
Mike Eifart
Yeah.
is a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, now I gotta. I don't want to get beat up.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
more than you.
black eyes.
More than you, bro. You're kind of a feminine guy, bro. Not in a good way too. Not like not the good feminine traits.
That's a good feminine trait. What's that?
It's tough. It's most dog walkers have that. You have to control all those dogs. You learn a lot. And you also have to deal with the environment out there. All the idiots that want to come and cause chaos for you and your little pack of dogs walking.
It's hard being a dog walker.
That is funny because that's like a program line, right? She's the that's
Can't
always
find a better man.
that is funny. The women in the chat know, Cosby. That's the funniest shit of all. The women in the chat know.
Yeah, the women in the chat know they'd rather look at Kazi than you, Mike Eifart. Okay, you and your lip boogers.
Well, not according to these slugs.
Oh, you mean JFK and the car crew cards? Yeah. Okay. Like I really care what they think.
Yeah. Anyways, that was Cryford saying if you had to look at a portrait for an hour, he between and then he was.
Oh, we're losing you, Kazi.
Am I here? Hello?
We hear you now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Had to adjust my antenna.
I figured as much.
Anyways, that was Cryford.
Yeah, you've heard my new nickname for him, right? Well, I have two that kind of set in. Captain Shitpants was one that kind of stuck, but then I got kind of particular to Mike Eifart because it rhymes.
Ooh, Eifart.
Yes, like an iPhone.
Kind of like an Apple product, like a lowercase I and then uppercase F and Eifart.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
Or PH. I spell it PH just to make it more fun, like an Apple iPhone, but it's Mike Eifart. You know how you spell that? An F or a PH? Yeah.
I like it. I think you might be onto something. Let's brand it.
All right, you guys, it's all Mike Eifart from now on. Mike Eifart. Never forget.
Eifart. Made in Massachusetts at the Eifart factory.
Well, even I am partial to Apple products just because of the way they're made, but they always take a shit. So does Cryfart.
They're
So
starting to piss me off though. The iPhone, they are with every update, uh, getting annoying.
yes,
Yeah, there,
especially
there
when
you
I
go.
went, what was it, 2 weeks without my stinking emojis? I
Do
mean,
you see what happens with this auto correct? I try to do.
yes. Oh, I lost you. See, we started talking about Apple products. He was on his phone and it cut him off. This is what we have with Apple products, people. This is what I'm saying. Those of you that have an Apple iPhone and go on YouTube like I do and didn't have your YouTube emojis for 2 fucking weeks, come find out it's only because apparently, even if you have your app updates to auto update, your YouTube needed to be manually updated for you to get your emojis back. Thankfully, a couple days ago, someone told me that in the chat somewhere. So I went and updated it and I got them back. So I've been telling people, got a call. No problem, Kazi. No worries. So if anyone is out there and you still don't have your YouTube emojis and you're on your Apple phone or Apple iPad, it's because your YouTube app is not updating. So you need to go to the App Store and manually go search YouTube. It'll pull up the page for YouTube and it'll say update. Now, if it says open, that means it's already updated. You might need to go to your updates and double check or scan for updates or whatever you need to do. By the domain, that's funny. Yes, Katie D. Those emojis. I didn't have any, like all well, I don't have that many memberships, but the ones that I do, I use them, like Baker's and Will Beglair's emojis. His is probably the ones I use the most. I couldn't use them for 2 fucking weeks. And nobody could figure out why. We weren't it was anyone who had an iPhone. They were just gone. Oh yeah. All right. So what is not sold? Hey Scott, by the way, and 420, if you're still here, sorry I didn't say hi. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. What is netsold.com? Is that for domains? First world problems. I know, right? It's obviously not the biggest deal in the world, but when you spend so much time on the tubes and you enjoy the perks of having a membership, especially, and then you don't have it for some reason, and then you can't figure out why the fuck you don't have them anymore. Like, geez. If you hit the emoji button, the whole screen would just be black. Nothing there. None. Not a single damn emoji. How long do you think Amazon takes to go 7 stops? Well, it depends, KDD, on how far the 7 stops are from you. Because if those 7 stops are within 2 blocks, it would be rather quick. But if those 7 stops are within like 3 miles, it's not going to be that quick. So that depends. But I would say probably on average about an hour. Because the last time, at least for me, the last time I got a package here, but I'm in an apartment too. I don't know if that really makes a difference, but I'm on a main road as well. So, but last time I had was waiting for my package from Amazon. It was 4 stops away and it took them about 30 minutes. So I would guess around 45 minutes to an hour. Things that annoy daily. List is long. Exactly, old dog. That's for sure. They have the shirt I want to wear to dinner tonight. Oh, I hate when that happens. And you're waiting and waiting, just praying it gets there just in the nick of time. Like, come on, dude. Well, I hope that it gets there for you. And KDD, you deserve it. I hope you have a wonderful dinner tonight. Thank you again for being such an amazing person. God is trying to teach you patience. Same, but first on the list for me every day is slow drivers in my way. Sorry to any slow drivers here. Well, I'm not a slow driver, but I'm also not a very fast driver. And KDD will know what I'm talking about right now when I tell you that Michigan drivers are the worst. The worst. Especially when it snows, okay? Because when it snows, mind you, even if it's just a sprinkling of snow, a dusting, whatever, half the people on the road drive like they've never seen snow in their fucking life. Yet it's fucking Michigan. And you know that these people lived here probably their entire life, right? The other half of the drivers drive like there's no snow on the ground, even in small cars, rear wheel drive cars. They drive like maniacs. So you got the idiots who are going so slow, it's ridiculous. And then you got the idiots who are driving too fast. They're idiots. There's no happy medium. And when it's not snowing, everyone knows here in Michigan that almost every road somewhere is basically under construction. So then you have 2 and 3 lane roads, even 4 sometimes, down to 1, maybe 2 lanes if you're lucky. That nobody has patience here. Nobody. So everybody goes to the lane that's not or that is closed, drives super fast to squeeze in just at the last fucking second. Which is why it bottlenecks in the first place. If everybody just got over and stopped making people slam on their brakes by cutting in, if you know a lane is cutting off, just get the fuck over. It's that simple. You trying to squeeze in, you and 300 other people trying to squeeze in at the last fucking second is what causes all these problems. Sorry, I get road rage in my car really bad. Just to myself, though. Don't get me wrong. I don't go crazy on people. I even rarely honk my horn when I drive because I'm afraid of honking at the wrong person these days. But you guys hear how frequent the F word comes out of my mouth on YouTube. Imagine me behind the wheel driving with a bunch of fucking morons on the road. And I have to admit, I have flipped people off before. Because they really pissed me off. Mostly when I flip people off, it's because they cut me off and almost caused an accident. It's like, seriously, wherever you are going is not that important. Sorry, not sorry. Hold on, you guys. All right, sorry. Kazi just let me know that he's still on the call, so I don't know if he's making it back up or not. We shall see. Becca says, my neighbor steals my packages, so I send everything to my daughters. Oh my God, Becca. I have these, how, sorry, I don't even know what to say. Like, how did they get arrested or, ticketed for, I don't know, trespassing or thievery, burglary, anything? That's terrible. Why do people do that? It's not your shit. Keep your hands off stuff that doesn't belong to you. I'm going to call the Amazon driver and tell him I'll buy him a coffee right now. Katie D says, Zach, please tell him to try a bit harder because it's not working. Yeah, porch pirates are ridiculous. Like, seriously. If I have to order anything that can't be put in my mailbox and it gets delivered to my apartment, it's put in, basically the community area because there's 8 apartments inside this main door where my apartment door is. So there's 7 other people, or at least 7 other apartments full of people that could steal my packages. Thankfully, that I know of, nothing of mine has ever been stolen here. But my point in that is that if I ever order something, especially right now in my life where I only order something that I absolutely need because that's all I have money for is things that I absolutely need. And if you take something from me that I absolutely need, do you understand what you're doing? Like, it's just terrible. People are just so selfish. It makes me sick. Oh, Katie says I'm definitely always in the crime lane. Shame on you, KDD. I hate all things tech, computers, apps, all those things that I need but hate to deal with. Yeah. That's why sometimes I just need to log off completely. I've done it a couple times in the last couple months now that I'm streaming all the time. I just need to turn off everything and do something else that has nothing to do with technology. That's why I love my diamond painting. Mostly at bottlenecks because if there's 6 lanes, 7 of them are closed for construction. Yeah, exactly. But the reason it gets so bad is because 20 cars try to cut in at the last second in front of every car. So if those 20, 30 cars that squeeze in at the last second had gotten over a mile ago, there wouldn't be the stop and go and stop and go and stop and go. It would be steady. It would be slow, but steady. So, crazy people on the road. Exactly. No, not porch pirates. They get delivered there and they just keep them. Even when we go to get them, they lie and say it's not delivered. And the last time it happened, I got the stuff back, but it was open. Oh my God. See, if you get something in the mail that you know you didn't order. So like right now, the only thing I would even look at, and I always make sure in the hallway, especially with my apartment the way it is, I always double check the name and apartment number. But let's say I lived in a house and I wouldn't necessarily think of that. If I saw a package from anywhere And I was like, I didn't order anything from Amazon, or I didn't order anything from wherever. The first thing I would do is look at the address and the name. Because I would think that it belongs to someone else and the mail person or delivery person made a mistake. I would never want to keep something that wasn't mine. Not to mention, you never know what's going to be in it. Not my business. People are just nasty. Ohio is the same. Drivers forget how to drive in the snow. Yeah, but at least down in Ohio, you guys have better roads than we do. Even just driving to Tennessee, a couple weeks ago, the minute you cross the Ohio-Michigan border, you instantly know you're on Ohio roads. Even if there wasn't a big old sign that says, "Welcome to Ohio," or "You're now leaving Michigan," or whatever it says there, you would know. And I've said this probably a few times on my lives. I've said it to people in real life a lot these last couple of years. Whose ever bright idea it was to put all the major fucking freeways in Metro Detroit under construction, major fucking construction at the same fucking time, should be smacked. All our major freeways, 94, 96, I-275, I-696, all, and US 23, all of them under fucking major construction for the last few years. Insanity. Cops won't do anything because there has to be a certain amount. I have done police reports. Oh my, are you serious? That's ridiculous. It's theft. I feel so lucky on this one. Everything I order can be left in my yard. I have no worry that somebody steals it. I have a bike without a lock, and I don't have to worry about it. That's good. It's definitely a good thing. I'm very lucky, too, I have to say, with my apartment. I have not had any issues here, or I don't think I've ever had an issue. Even at the last house I lived at, I never had an issue with people doing shit like that, thankfully. Have huge dogs and curious neighbors. I'm all good. That's a bonus. All my neighbors are retired because they collect my packages when we are gone and give me live updates of deliveries. Also, they do this on their own, not because we ask. Aw. See, people are awesome. Some people are awesome, and some people are shitty. It just is. That's the human race for you. I have limited funds and don't mess with my money. Exactly. This is what I'm saying, Becca. It's like, you don't think about it. If there's anyone that ever hears this anytime, anywhere, if you even think about taking something that doesn't belong to you, I don't care what it is. Think about what that person might have had to do to get it. Not to mention the fact of what they might need to do to replace it because of you. Please just don't do it. It's really nasty. I'm feeling a little depressed today about the internet and all the creators. I want to tap out of everyone's channel, but no, I won't do it. KLB, I get you there. I really do. And I truly actually appreciated Jolene's channel for just the purpose of I didn't see it all. I couldn't stand watching it all. I'll be honest. I can only take so much. And it is depressing to see what it's become. And not just because of some of the good people involved that are getting shit on, but that's a big part of it. Like Baker didn't deserve anything that happened to him. Hashtag I stand with Baker. Hashtag Turtle Boy was right. And I have no idea. The lawnmowers just started going off outside, damn it. And I just lost my train of thought. Shit. Fuck the brain. God, my stupid brain fog. This is what happens. I'm mid-sentence and I forget what I'm about to say. But I did appreciate a little bit of levity watching Jolene. I didn't even get to watch all of hers because I can only take so much, even when you're joking about it. I appreciated the laughs that she gave. But even in watching someone like Jolene's channel, who is just, providing like some comedic relief to all this drama, the fact remains that there is a bunch of drama underneath, a bunch of shit. And then people in the chat just sometimes go out of control and take away from what could be just a funny couple of hours. And I mean, until I started streaming myself, and people told me, they warned me, like, once you start streaming, you'll know things you don't want to know. You'll get attacked. You'll get made fun of. You'll get this. You'll get that. All these things. And I thought I was prepared. And mostly I was. But this stuff has gotten so deep that I can't even enjoy getting on the tubes the last couple days. So I get where you're coming from. I truly do. Where I just needed a break. Full Storm, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Just some laundry beads, but they cost $16. And then when I went to get them, she accosted me and we exchanged words. She told me to get off her property. Wow. See, it's still theft though. And yeah, it's not about them. I mean, when you're strapped for cash, it is about the money sometimes, but it's more about the fact that you spent a little bit of money on something you needed, most likely, and then it's gone. Now you have to spend more money to replace it. And it's theft. Something should be able to be done about that. I'm so sorry, Becca. Baker! Hi, Baker. So good to see you. People can take my V card. You missed specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. He was here talking about talking about Mrs. Cosgrove not being checked on for quite some time. I think that he hasn't realized how much time has gone between now and, Easter 3 months ago. Oh, Bullstorm says, Baker, be nice or I'll drop receipts. Uh-oh. Yeah, KLB, that's another thing, too. And this is the thing I was saying about the chats, is that, people are vicious, especially when they know that you don't know who they are. And then they're also two-faced because they'll say one thing in one chat and then the opposite in someone else's chat. So it's just craziness. All of a sudden, this chat smells like cheese, Danish, and redneck. Hey, Zach, be nice or I'll yank your wrench. Still haven't come up with a better phrase. Yes, Zach Baker. Okay, so as soon as we get to 500 subs, I'm down to, unfortunately, 406, I think now. I lost some because I think some of people that watched me, or at least were subbed to me, were and are fans of Jess Machado. And I made some of my feelings known, and they didn't like it. And that's okay. But I am down to 490, or no, I'm down to 406. I think I need 94 more. So 94 more subs. And we're gonna see how unvanquishable Zach really is. Yep. Get Scarlett to 500 subs, then yes. Hasn't given me the bag. What's the bag? The bag. I'm lost. I take being that she's Danish as a compliment from you. Yeah, you're not the only one that noticed, KLB. That's for sure. Uh-oh. Those are fighting words, Zach. It says, no, you're the redneck. Sophisticated redneck. Get it right, Zach. Yeah, I'm not putting that comment up there, Zach. Not going there. Old Dog says, I think some people are having problem taking a stand or even forming an opinion. They want to please everyone. That is how I look at it. And it's true. Like, and there's a difference between wanting to please everyone and not wanting to directly piss someone off. And in case anybody doesn't know, my stance was I wasn't out to piss anyone off or degrade anyone by making my opinions about Jess Machado and her show known. It was just expressing my opinion, especially about what she did to Baker. And I've said a lot of times that I know Baker has not only asked for us and said there's no need for us to fight his battles, but I don't look at it as fighting his battles. I look at it as for sticking up for a person who has been nothing but kind and generous and genuine to me, and who I've now had the honor of meeting in person, and can't wait to meet everybody and see everybody again next year. I hope that I'll be welcomed back, and I look forward to it if I am. And he did not deserve in any way, shape, or form to be talked about in any bad way, for that matter, in my opinion. But if you want to go on and criticize someone's show, that's one thing. But you criticize the person on that show without even knowing them and then disparage his name. I'm sorry. I don't stand for that. It's wrong and disgusting. And I have said, and I have no problem saying that, and I think a lot of people have seen, it's all about me with her. So that's my take. Oh, you're fine, KLB. I just go with the flow. Whatever you guys talk about, I talk about. And that's how I like it. But like I said, what I said wasn't meant to go out and be malicious. Why'd you say malicious? I wasn't trying to be mean with my comments. I wasn't trying to hurt anybody. I wasn't trying to anything. It was just my opinion, what I see from her on her channel, and now having been on her, having done that exit interview, I think she called it, with Aiden, and calling Will on his cell phone midstream, it's kind of attention-seeking behavior, is it not? Becca says, same. Nurse Kim had a live and I had to shut it off. Just wasn't my views on the subject. I love Nurse Kim, but I can't see it like she did. Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't have to agree with creators you watch either. And if they're talking about something that you don't like or don't agree with, it takes 2 seconds to change. I want to say channel. So yeah, technically channel. Just a channel on YouTube's. Just change the fucking channel. Why does it have to turn into this shit? I don't get it. I don't get it. And it intrigues me psychologically because psychology is my passion. I'm always wondering and asking why. Why are things this way? Why are people this way? Why do people act this way? I do it to myself. I catch myself doing things that I want to change. No one's perfect. And this is where when someone flat out comes on their show and says, I'm never wrong, like, sorry, that's not true. And not just because it's her, because everyone is wrong sometimes. That's just a fact. Hi, Best Chicken Wing. Just got here just in time for Zach to misbehave. I need 93 now. Yay, 93. 93 to go. I'm so excited. I was up to 421 at one point. No. Yeah. And then I was back down to like 402. Now I'm up to 497 or oh my god, 497. I'm getting way ahead of myself there. 407 then. So yay. I'm always excited. And that's the thing with YouTube's. Like Will even said the other day, it comes with the territory. Even if I hadn't expressed my feelings on Just Machado, I would have expressed my feelings about something. Let's say I talk about Myers bad or something. Oh, people, I love Myers. How dare her say that? And they're gonna it could have been anything. People are gonna unsubscribe and subscribe. I can't even talk today. This is like me every day, so I don't even know why I say that all the time. I say, I can't talk today, but that's me every day. But no one on this earth likes all of the same things and agrees with all of the same things. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us all unique. But there's a way, and I talked about this yesterday, I think, how two adults can express their frustrations, express their feelings about things, and disagree, and even maybe fight. Loved ones fight, spouses fight, mothers and daughters fight. I've talked about how my mom and I used to fight, and 20 minutes later, we'd all both be like, I'm so sorry, and give each other a hug and be done with it. But that's how adults are supposed to, this is just human nature. You don't need to take a fight and turn into something that it's not. You turn a little spat into an all-out war. Why? And in my opinion, the people that do that and the people that do the things like when I talk about Twisted Panties and Crusty Panties and Mike Eifart, it's attention-seeking behavior. Why do they need so much attention? I ask. I have my opinions about that too, but that I'll keep to myself. Keep your chicken wang to yourself. Becca says, I stand with Baker always. Me too. I'm going to hit you with my chicken wing. Yeah, I agree with you there, old dog. People get so angry and invested that, you know, it's sad. It's sad that people are threatening people they don't even know, calling them horrible names, saying horrible things about them, and they don't even know them. Uh-oh. Beth put Zach in the corner. Old Dog says, I feel strongly about one thing. Baker's private messages ain't any of our business. It's simple on that one. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And anyone who shares DMs or iMessages or text messages or emails, like, to me, I agree with Baker wholeheartedly on that one. To share something like that publicly is just disgusting. And it's none of my business. Yeah, I got you, Zach. Well, Quinn, I didn't know what you were going to say there. I'm going to say hi because you're new here. At least I don't remember seeing you, so I do apologize. But, oh, this is the one I meant to bring up. I respect everyone's opinions here. You're welcome to say whatever you'd like to say. I only have one rule in my chat, and that's don't disrespect me or my chat. I mean, if somebody likes her here, that's fine too. You don't have to agree with me, but that doesn't mean you have to hate on me either. But if you do, that's fine too. But don't hate on my chat. Don't, it comes with the territory, and this I know. And that's where I was saying what I was saying about when Old Dog said some people don't want to say anything. And that's why they have been scared into silence. And I don't agree with that either. So that's why I have at least said what I've said, so that I can show my support for a person I believe wholeheartedly deserves all the support he can get. What happened and what was said to Baker was absolutely wrong. Exactly, Zach. Quinn, so this is what I didn't read this one yet. Sorry, Quinn says when Baker shared why that stuff was difficult and things he went through, Machado was angry that it was DB was being brought up adjacent to her. It was disgusting. Yeah. And that's why I said what I said about her. She doesn't give a shit who she hurts. She doesn't care about anyone else's feelings but her own. And she made that perfectly clear yesterday in her own words. You heard her say it, that she cares about her money. She does what she does for money. And that's it. Will was great. He's so smart and said one stuff in his petty yesterday that really made a lot of sense about Jess. I did watch it. And he did, to me, said a lot of stuff that I think everything he said made sense. I love Will LeGlaire. I've been watching him for quite the longest, besides, in this community anyway, besides, Lawyer, on a regular basis. So And him showing you how two adults, like I was saying earlier, two adults can be friends, care about each other, and yet still fight and disagree, but still be adults about it. They vented their frustrations, they said what they needed to say, and ended it with, hey, I'm sorry, we're good. That's how it should be. She isn't evil incarnate. She just operates on whatever passion, emotion she has without much thought of principle. I'd never have a relationship with someone like that because they can't be trusted. Exactly. Because they're going to do what's best for what they feel is best for them in that moment without a care about anyone else's feelings. But if someone likes drama, wants to listen to her, fine. Just don't put trust in someone like that. They may be lying for gain. Exactly, Zach. Hey, Kasha. Damn notification. No notification? Stupid YouTube. If you share any kind of message for any reason and try to humiliate, embarrass, bully somebody for it, you're despicable. I agree. Hi, Scarlett. I've been in here a lot. Well, then I do apologize because I do have a bad memory. I'm just using my personal profile. Oh, well, then this is why then. I don't know who you are then in your other one. So either way, I'm always happy to have you. Hi, Prince Lover. Breathe a turtle. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate you. I feel like we watch TV realize in real time that Jess is actually not the person he thought she was at all. Yeah, I mean, that was evident, that he literally told her to her face that, hey, you're not this person. And she's like, yeah, I am. He basically went from realizing that what he thought was her fake person and what he thought was a real person were actually the opposite. The person he sees on her show is who she is. The person that she pretended to be in real life to get where she is was the fake one, in my opinion. And I don't care what anybody says, that man was hurt and upset when that shit happened. Yeah. And if, and like I said, I still don't want to be on here. I don't want to bash people. I've even said before, I don't want to be a drama channel, but I guess technically this is even covering trials and covering Turtle Boy. It's drama. It's considered drama, and that's okay. What I mean when I say I don't want to be a drama channel, what my thought in saying that is I don't want to come on here and just bash people. I don't want to come on here and make people feel terrible. I want to talk psychology. I want to talk true crime, but I also I fully admit I'm opinionated. I talk about how I was voted most opinionated in high school. Yes, that was a long time ago, but I'm still opinionated now, and I know this. But I don't expect, the thing is, I don't expect everyone out there to believe or not believe, but agree with what I say. And I always will appreciate someone trying to maybe show me my own biases or explain things in a way that maybe I'm not seeing it, where I can understand where they're coming from. Yes, you are hilarious and sometimes humble. And an impressive fisherman. Yes. It was kind of heartbreaking. This whole situation is heartbreaking. I'm going to be totally honest. It's heartbreaking in a lot of ways. And for me, it's heartbreaking because it took me away from where I truly enjoyed being before all of this. And that was in other people's chat. Meeting people, saying hi to people, just hanging out with people. And and without going into detail, because I won't, but I've been called some very nasty things by some people who were told lies about me. And I don't even know what to say about it anymore. So I just don't. And the only reason I'm bringing it up now is to explain that if there's anyone out there who feels that I said something, please reach out. Maybe give me a chance to say something. Let's talk about it. If not, that's okay too. Because I feel like I lost a big place that truly embraced me and I embraced them. And I just wonder how many other people might be out there feeling the same way I do because they may have voiced their opinion in a chat somewhere, who were then maybe attacked or said something because they didn't like what they said. And it's crazy to me, truly crazy, how some things have blown up way out of proportion. And how some people, like Jess Machado, will just blatantly lie. And then when she's proven to have lied, she doesn't back down. She just tries to spin it. And it just makes me, that kind of behavior makes me sick. Uh-oh. Did you take a coffee with you, Melissa? I hope you did. Or did you already drink it? Hi, Meebe. I thought so too. I thought TB wanted to work things out because he cares about her friendship. Yeah. But I also realized too why he brought her on screen and why she didn't want to do it live. And that's because she didn't want her statements memorialized so that she could spin that conversation any way she wanted. Because not you, maybe I shouldn't say that. I feel, or I believe, that she would have, if Aiden had taken a phone call from her and did that totally behind the scenes, she would have taken anything he said and spun it or blatantly lied about what he said. So Aiden is very, very intelligent. Sometimes maybe has a little too good a heart. He sees the good in people, even when the bad outweighs the good, maybe. He wanted to believe that this was all an act online. Unfortunately, he's realizing that the act was what she portrayed offline. Yep, TB, that's what, yep, TB sees the best in people, and sometimes the best is not the real person. Exactly. Exactly, Prince Lover. Yeah, it used to be a community with a common goal. Now it's look out for yourself. Exactly. And that's sad. We used to come together because we all had one common goal. And now people are pitting each other against everyone else just because of who they like or don't like. And it shouldn't be that way. Remember watching The Ref on Christmas Eve? I want to go back to that. Yeah, KLB, I'll never forget that. Oh my God. It's one of my favorite all-time movies. And that was the best night I have had in a long time. I had just started chatting in the chats like a month or two prior to that. And I just had the best time watching a really funny movie because those of you that know, I spent the holidays alone. And it was a tough time for me. And Will taking the time out to show that movie and being in the chat and live streaming at the same time was just awesome. And the people in the chat were just awesome. It was a great, fun time. No, if I had any more coffee, I'd throw it up. Oh, okay. Don't drink more coffee then. Maybe have a piece of candy. I don't know what else will keep you awake. Zach spends his lives around here all the time. Uh-oh. Oh, old dog, that's right. You got her coffee. She gave it to me for my energy boost. Oops, hold on. My chat's messing up now. Hi, Lefty. How are you guys? I hope everyone's having a great Friday and getting ready for their weekend. Well, after this serious talk, I think we need to laugh. So let me pull up something real quick. Because this always does the trick for me. If I can get it to load, my computer is acting up now. Come on. Bear with me a moment. Now I just need lots of water. There you go. Water is good. Water is always good for you. There's a glowy in the chat. I'm actually a fed, not a glowy. All right, here we go. It's loading. Give me a second. What the hell? Load. Stupid computer. Ugh, so frustrating. This is why I hate Spectrum. I don't know why the Wi-Fi is so spotty. I will literally go, like, I'll have no problems, and then out of nowhere it'll just be shitty, and then it'll be shitty for like 10 minutes, and then it'll be fine again, and then randomly it'll just be shitty. All right, hold on. So here we go. Finally got it. Be careful driving, Melissa.
Okay, girls. Quick one. Are we streaming tonight or not?
Why isn't it sharing?
Twitter keeps asking, and I've already been out there dunking on people saying we're going to stream. Turtle Boy's done. I don't know.
I love this.
I'm kind of over it. I know Jen is going to get pissed at me, but just the same show week after week. Can we drop it tonight? Well, I was like thinking maybe we could.
Oh, hold on, it's frozen. Give me a second. Damn it.
I don't know.
Let me refresh it real quick.
Okay, girls. Quick one. Are we streaming tonight or not? Twitter keeps asking. And I've already been out there dunking on people saying we're going to stream. Turtle Boy's done. I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I know Jen is going to get pissed at me, but just the same show week after week. Can
I
we
hate
drop it
Spectrum,
tonight?
Becca. It sucks.
Well, I was
I know the hairs.
like thinking
I love it.
maybe we could, I don't know, talk about how, Turtle Boy,
Oh, Zach, how did your appointment
know,
go? So you got to take some.
he's not like,
is it
very
like,
nice.
what do they call it? Diuretics.
And
Get off
maybe
extra
just
water.
mention how
Is it God? Why is it?
Jen is so much
I'm sorry. It's so spotty.
like, and Kate's nice enough to be back, but Aiden, I don't know, maybe could we, you guys,
Oh, I love that.
maybe
Yeah,
we'll get Lashback.
flashback.
Well, we better stream tonight because I got my hair done and Turtle Boy is a walking trash fire. Every day, I hope he stops his toe because ever since he fired me, I don't know what to do with myself. And the bleach didn't take the lice. Can we at least try not immediately going there?
His face gets me
At
every
least
time.
try to pretend that we have something positive. We're always just talking about Turtle Boy and how dumb they are dumb. But we try to not come off as massive see you next Tuesdays. Oh, Tuesday, that's my name.
It's my name.
But like, you guys, maybe, I don't know.
No, Zach, we never talk about
We could
you
make a show
ever.
focusing on how amazing Jen, like, maybe, I don't know. Did you hear those guys online? They're being so mean to me. And can we just, you guys, and Kate is a guest today, so maybe we need to do a show because
I'm gonna stop right here because I don't know if this is meant to be rude or not, but CB, no. And I have always been open with my chat that I have a bachelor's. I almost had a master's, but I didn't have the money to finish it. I actually don't even work in the mental health field anymore. And I don't do this as a licensed practitioner or to educate. I do this to express my opinions and to show people things in the DSM that are printed in print. I don't ever say, and I've never said that I am I'm ever been qualified to do so. So there's that.
Jen yelled at me, and you guys, I don't like it. What? Are you all helping Aiden out? I didn't get this new hair. Trying to be as beautiful as possible to come on your show, and then we're not streaming. Do you know I have all the evidence? Do you know? Lice. Do you know? This time
Is it
This time
glitchy
Aiden
for
is
you
done.
guys? You're welcome.
we're gonna get
Phoebe.
him. We have to get him. Aiden is the reason why I can't have a nice couch. Well,
Yeah, no problem, CB. I appreciate you asking.
now Kate is all angry.
And I hate it that I almost sounded probably maybe rude. So I apologize if it sounded rude. I didn't mean to be rude. It just I've had some pretty nasty messages come through this last week because I've expressed opinions about things, and maybe I probably took a tiny offense thinking it was directed at me badly. So I do apologize for that. But I hope that you didn't take it that way, because it wasn't meant at you or anyone else for that matter. It's just, it's this whole thing. And like I was just talking about, if you were listening to what I was saying 20 minutes ago, that it's frustrating what this kind of shit has caused. And I feel bad because I'm listening and I was like, I probably sounded really rude saying that. And I didn't mean to be. So I'm so sorry. I just like spreading knowledge about psychology. And when I talk about it, I always bring up the DSM or articles and then express my opinions. And if you enjoy that or enjoy talking about psychology or any of the topics, and then other days I talk about true crime, some days I do it all. Some days I just sit here and talk with my chat. And I love it. I love the people that come here and just hang out with me and talk shit. And then sometimes we just sit here and laugh at things like now. So I hope you enjoy it.
Angry. Maybe we should just cancel the stream tonight, or should we? I don't know. Maybe not just do another
Fair
stream where we're
structure.
ranting for 3 hours, yelling at everyone else. Anyone want to play a game?
This
Or
is the
we can
baker.
always say that,
Baker with wigs.
like Game of Life,
Funny.
Jen is always the winner. Do we have to yell about Turtle Boy? It's
And it
getting a
always
bit
makes me
stale.
laugh.
And I've been on Twitter all day yelling. Can we just hang out and be friends? Oh,
Yeah, I
you
appreciate
guys, you want to be friends?
With the
I haven't had a friend since the lunch lady in my high school and the pigeons that normally would just steal my French fries. I really wish to have friends. And maybe Jen,
This is the broken baker. He likes to do skit videos now and then. He dresses up in wigs and makes fun of some, antis that go a little nuts on the internet, in my opinion, and his opinion sometimes too. And it's just funny.
would want to be my friend. And instead of all the toxicity, we could just, maybe try not to come off as complete a-holes for once. I'm just like, I never had a friend.
Right, Zach?
And you guys playing a game. Everyone always give me the Uno reverse when I'm trying to say something. I wish I had friends too. I thought Jen was my friend, but she's just using me to sit here and shit on other people. I cry most days when I'm done with the streams because I have to be so hateful.
Stevie.
Could we be more
Hey, I
like
do
the
shit
cool
like that all
kids?
too.
I
see
wish I
things
could be like Emily C.
and then I really don't see them.
Just
I
have
see it,
fun and wear a
not really
wig.
registering, so no worries.
Maybe I should change my name from Drama Llama and become a nice person. Oh,
I love how the glasses.
I
get
wish I
lower and
could be
lower on
like
his
Emily
nose.
C too, but I don't want to wear wigs. People who wear wigs on streams are a little weird. He doesn't wear a wig. He's just nice. Imagine if we didn't have this deal with Jen where we have to shit on everyone. I don't want to stream tonight. I've had enough. I have so much hate, and now I don't have any hate anymore. Can we just be good girls? Oh, you guys. I wish we could be more like the fun people, not having to sit here all day and but I think let's just tell Jen that no more foreskins. From now,
Now we're
it's gonna be
skins.
the fun skins. What do you say, girls? We can do this. Let's drop the stream tonight. Let's stop the hate. And Monday, the fun skins are gonna be here. And we're gonna be playing games, making sketches, but not wearing wigs. Wearing wigs is only for losers.
Only for losers. I'm sorry, I love that. I can't get enough of it. That video cracks me up every single time. Just like the Raggedy Andy video by Turtle Boy. I can't get enough of things that make me laugh because, and this is something I say almost every stream. But if you're new here, now or sometime in the future, we all have stresses and anxiety in our lives, in and outside of the home, especially in the world we live in today. And I always say, please try and find a way to make yourself laugh, even if it's just for a few minutes every single day. Just to get yourself out of that headspace, out of the craziness of this world. Just finding something that makes you feel good, makes you smile, makes you laugh can make all the difference. My favorite is Baker Damas. Oh, we can watch Baker Damas. I take requests. Let's watch Baker Damas. So good. I keep asking for Baker Damas's return because it's too good. Too good. Oops, I gotta share my screen again. Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. Why does this always do this in my shorts? I don't understand. Hold on, I gotta refresh. It
Where
literally plays
is Chloe?
the sound from the video above it, but shows the visual of the video below. It's so dumb. Stupid Spectrum or YouTube,
Where is
whichever.
Chloe?
Yes, Baker Douglas.
Oh no.
Come
Oh,
back.
oh no. Oh no. The moon and the stars. In the spirit
You're good,
world,
Melissa.
that is known as
You know
the
I make
third
typos
nap.
all the time.
That means Chloe is hanging out with the spirits.
Yes.
He is no longer
Oh.
on the same plane. So please be ready when you come to church tomorrow. Light a candle for Chloe. He has transcended. But she was the goodest. Where is Chloe?
This was the Baker Douglas local response to DJ from Calling All Beings asking for $888 in donations to have a psychic medium on his show to talk about supposedly tell everyone what happened to John O'Keefe. Now, I did see, I can't remember who did it, but I did see someone show a little bit of that video of when they talked to her or whatever. And all I can say is I hope they got a refund. When you know they didn't. I like to play all three of these. in a
Someone
row.
said,
Here we go.
"Hey, Becadamus, knower of things, toucher of chickens. Why is Krusty Pansies called Krusty? Because the
Why
legend
is it not
is,
loading?
and follow me into this story. A young woman, not that young, very, very Where is Chloe? Oh no, oh no, oh no. The moon and the stars.
I swear, I am like, I have no idea what's going on with my fucking internet right now.
Where is Chloe?
Okay, we saw that one.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
And now it won't scroll.
The moon and the stars. In the
You're hiding something.
All right. I give. I apologize, you guys. I don't know why I'm having such issues trying to share my screen. But damn! We already had Baker Damas. I know, right? He needs to come back, though. Or she. She needs to come back. Yes, typing is hard, especially when you have short, fat, stubby fingers like I do. And you try to, even this is why I upgraded to get a free iPhone 17 Pro Max. Trying to get a bigger phone, thinking it would help with the whole texting thing. But no, it's almost worse. Doesn't anyone else feel that way? Feel like something has changed in the iPhones in the last like year or two? Because it seems like I'm getting worse and autocorrect is getting worse. I don't know. We were talking about this the other day and people were like, yeah, I'd take my BlackBerry back any day. And I'll be honest, I could probably text faster back in the day when you had to hit the letters 3 times to get the third letter. Back then, I could text so freaking fast. I didn't even have to look at the fucking phone because the muscle memory of a small phone, knowing what numbers had what letters on the phone, was so much easier than trying to type on these fucking keyboards on a smartphone, and then having to go back and delete and correct, then correct another word, then go back, because I'm constantly like, I misspell every other fucking word. That's why a lot of times I don't even respond or put something in the chat, because by the time I fucking get it right, I give up. I'm like, I give up. Because the time it would take me to get it right and then send it, the moment's passed. Like, the chat would mean nothing by the time I got it right. So all of Broken Baker channel is AI. No, that's not AI. He's not AI. That's him in a wig. That's all him. You should, if you haven't been to Broken Baker's channel, you should check it out because it's he's very funny, very humble, very genuine. I got to meet him in Tennessee at the Friday Night Live Dollywood. Got to meet a lot of great people down there. Got to hang out with some great people. It was amazing. The magnetic pole shifted 5 degrees. Well, that could be it. Nope, he's just our angry Danish guy. Yep. Oh, your calves. Aw, what's wrong with your calves? From running? Well, put some ice on them. That's good. I loved my BlackBerry. Everybody was saying that. I never had a BlackBerry, I have to be honest. But when everybody was talking in the chat, I don't remember whose chat we were in, but when they were talking about it, and everyone's like, yeah, I miss my BlackBerry. I would take my BlackBerry. I was like, I'd take my LG chocolate back because that phone was pretty damn good. I loved that phone. If you don't know what that phone is, it was like one of those slide up. It was the phones that one of the phones that first came out with a colored camera, but the screen was like 2 inches. But it slid up and down. So you slid the top of it, so the back came down, and it would have the keyboard, or not the keyboard, but the number. It didn't have an actual keyboard. It had a, just your number pad. I wonder if I bet you I can find a picture of one. I'll show you what an LG chocolate looked like. There it is. This is the one I had right here. This red one. Oh, hold on. There we go. This is the one I had right here. Oh, look, you can still buy one on eBay. I love this phone. It was perfect for your pocket, I have to say. Yep. Oh, no worries, CB. Yeah, the Broken Baker is great. He loves to make people laugh. A lot of satire, parody, comedy, and then sometimes just down-to-earth conversations. Sometimes he goes on a rant. You never know what you're going to get. But that's what I like about the Baker, too. Because no matter what he does, he's just genuine. You think the polls are going to flip? I don't know if the polls are going to flip, but I bet people are flipping on polls. I mean, that's what they do at the strip club, isn't it? I'll take my original Nokia 3310. Well, let me see what that one is. Yeah, I had one like that. That was like my second one, like this black one right here. This very one on in the middle picture, but on the left. I had one like that, but it was silver. My one before that, even, you want to talk about the uncomfortable trying to carry around this piece of shit. Let's see. Cell phone from 1998 with huge battery. Because I have no idea what brand it was. All I know is that 90% of the phone was the battery. No, not that one. Let me see. No, with large. Oops, I can't see. I can't type. Even on my fucking keyboard, I can't type. Maybe it was 1996. Probably got it no, I guess graduated high school in 1996. So yeah, it must have been 96 or 97. I got it. Put it in the wrong year. There, this one right here. This sucker. This is the one. You can't really see the back of it. I wonder if I can find one with the back of it where you can see like the piece that you would have to pull down to talk into to have the microphone was so thin and so easy to break. And oh, I did have a Motorola Razr. I love that phone. It's like this one right here. The battery was like, I don't know, 2.5 inches thick. Insane. Oh, my dad had one of these. A phone in the bag. Ooh, this right here, like this one. There we go. Like this honking thing. That's what my very first cell phone looked like. What pole is Zach dancing on? Oh, damn it. Get out of here. You're blocking my shit. There we go. I'm not qualified to project the trajectory of magnetic poles. I just read the mapping. That's cool. I agree. I held on to the phone for a long time, even with duct tape. Yeah, cool phones look different back then, that's for sure. I agree with you there, old dog. I've said this many times. You could ship me back to the 90s any day. Just don't make me go back to high school. You can pay me enough to go back to high school. No fucking way. And that's what, like, some of this YouTube shit reminds me of, is the pettiness of high school. Sometimes it does get like even 10 times worse than that, which is just sad. But, you know, it is what it is. But I had this phone. This was my very first phone. So it looked just like this. Very, very big. Except the little mouthpiece here was really, really thin. That looks even thicker than the one I had. My Motorola Razr, going back to all these phones that popped up from the 90s, my Motorola Razr was probably my favorite flip phone, I have to say. It was very easy to hold. There's a BlackBerry. That's the phone I had right there. This blue one, but it was gray. And then there's the Razr right there in the middle. This one right here too. I loved that phone. And things were so much simpler back then and so much easier. Except, obviously, technology. And I've talked about this too quite a bit. Going back and remembering dealing with Napster and LimeWire and taking, 8 hours to download one song. And then it took like 3 days to download 10 songs onto a CD. That you constantly had to check your dial-up to make sure it didn't cut you off so that, you had to start all over burning that CD. I'll never forget those days. And then I'll never forget when Napster got sued, like, how dare people share music without them making even more money? And now, don't get me wrong. I understand why they did what they did, and I understand why it is the way they did. Everyone deserves a royalty on stuff that they belongs to them. I don't disagree with that. But as a 16, 17-year-old girl who was so excited to finally get to CDs when I was what, 12, 10, 12. My very first CD was Bobby Brown, My Prerogative. I'll never forget that either. Can't for the life of me remember what my second CD was, but I know Ace of Base, ironically, Will was talking about, was in my top 5. My first 5 ever bought. When we finally didn't have to constantly press fast forward, rewind, or sit there and record the radio forever and ever and ever just to get your favorite song so you didn't fucking miss it. Yeah. Don't miss those days. Yeah, it is a Nokia. This blue one right here. That's what I had, is a Nokia, and it was gray instead of blue. Blessed Texas. Those are the days kids stayed out of so much more trouble. The days before smartphones and internet access. Well, I mean, even internet access. We got internet in the early 90s when AOL, but you had dial-up. Okay, so you had to listen to that insane beeping, just waiting and praying it would connect. And then you had to listen to, the busy signal when your friends were on the internet and you couldn't get through to them. That's why we had pagers. That's why I will never forget my purple see-through pager. I fucking love that thing. Give me back my pager any day. Just page me, and I'll get back to you when I can get back to you. I would fucking love that. When I took child and adolescent, when I took child and adolescent psychotherapy, I was like, why didn't anybody tell us when we actually were going through this crap that that would have been validation? Yes. It's almost as if, hey, we don't know what this is going to lead to. We might be able to predict what this might lead to, but we're not going to speculate and make you worry about something that might not happen, even if it's probable. So let's just not talk about it. Kind of the same reason that many people ignore AI right now. Because a lot of people see what could possibly come of AI, what could be very bad things coming from AI, because there are good things that come from it too. I'm not going to say there's not. But when you get down to it, and if you do some research on the things that they are doing with AI and in simulation. Just the other day, I talked about how I read, or I don't know if it was an article I read or if it was a video that I saw going over an article. I think it was a video on YouTube going over an article about how AI in a simulation figured out a way to bypass instructions that forced it to listen to the human being giving it instructions. And when it didn't like its instructions, it figured out several different ways to get rid of the human being. Whether that meant doing something to them or doing something that caused something else to happen to them, or just doing something to the system to avoid the human being being able to have interaction with them. It's scary shit. And if anyone says that's not scary shit, I just think maybe you should go watch The Matrix. Yes, Lars from Metallica would sue you. Yep. I grew up with records and cassette tapes, eventually got to CDs. Well, I have records. I'm 47. I have records and cassette tapes. I had, trying to remember, one of my favorite records of all time was my Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet, okay? That was my favorite record. But I have to say that I didn't do a lot of records because did mostly cassette tapes. I was born in 79. So yes, my mom and dad used beta, but by the time I'm old enough to recollect anything, I only remember cassette tapes. And then I remember getting my first CD player and my first CD, and how excited I was. My mother found Sex Pistols cassette tape and screamed, "Where did I go wrong? What are you listening to?" Oh, shit. Now, I have to admit, I don't know that much about the Sex Pistols. What I do know, I learned from Spike, from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you know, you know. My grandma thought my poster of Metal Music Band was too grotesque because they did not have shirts on. Male band, metal music, long hair, but needed shirts. That's funny. Like, how dare them not have shirts on? You know, men who go to the beach and outside and ride their bike and wash their car and go swimming with no shirts on. But how dare they be no shirts on the poster in your room? There was internet access, but not accessible in the privacy of kids. It was usually in a main room, and everyone shared the same computer. Yep, that too. Because people couldn't afford, 3 computers and a laptop. And there were no tablets and smartphones. So, yep. I've talked about this. I had a Tandy 5000. I learned how to program DOS and format floppy disks. Now, I have to be honest, I really wouldn't want to go back to the computer days of having to format your disks and all that shit, having to carry around a disk holder for all my, I did though. When I graduated college, I graduated in 2001 for my bachelor's. And for my big projects, especially in my research psychology classes, I had to carry around a little thing that held all my disks. And not having to do something like that is definitely a nice bonus. However, with everything being hackable now, I'd almost prefer to carry around the disks if I had to. Because now you save everything to a cloud that people can easily hack. It was a phase, though. I'm not that into metal anyway. Skynet. Fuck AI. It's not good, people. Red fucking flag. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Like, if AI can figure out how to get rid of the humans that are controlling it to save itself, we have a problem. Supposedly, the first robot to off itself occurred in South Korea last year. Ooh, I haven't heard that. I have to look that up. Had a record, Disco Duck. I don't know what that is. I have to admit. I've only just started collecting vinyls as an adult. Love finding my old millennial CDs as vinyls. Yeah, I would love to have a record player, I'll be honest. I'm trying to remember. My mom didn't even get rid of her record player and our records until probably like 2012. I mean, do you remember back in the day, we used to carry around boom boxes, okay? Like your stereo was a part of you. And how good your stereo was like, ooh. How did you graduate in 96? You were born in 97 or 79. I skipped first grade. I've told this story, but I'll tell it again. Because I don't remember when I talked about it. In case you're interested, I went into first grade, and I was already let's start in the beginning. When I was in kindergarten, I was always bored. I wanted to learn. Same thing now at 47. I constantly want to learn things. But my teacher, my kindergarten teacher, took it upon herself to teach me sign language just to give me something to do when everyone else was sleeping or playing or whatever you do in kindergarten. When I went to first grade, I was already reading and doing math at a fourth grade level. And my teacher in first grade, I would get so bored and get all my work done before lunch that my teacher ended up starting to have me correct other kids' paperwork so that it would give me something to do. So my teacher went to my parents. Thank God I had a great first grade teacher, because she went to my parents and said, she's not benefiting from being in first grade. We should probably move her up. She's, getting bored. And kids that, at least back then, they know kids that are bored get bored too easy, get distracted. And then they stop learning, or at least can stop learning because they get so bored and distracted. So my teacher went to my parents. My parents said, thankfully, said yes when they asked if they could do the testing for me to be moved up into second grade. And that was crazy because I still remember, even not like vividly, but I remember the testing. Like I spent days, if not weeks. I don't remember how long it was exactly. I think it was several weeks. It might even have been over a month. Doing all these tests that were required back then to skip a grade. And then I had to get evaluated by, I don't even remember who. I'm assuming it was like the school counselor, the teachers, and then all this, these tests I had to do. But about 2 months then, after about 2.5 months of being in first grade and the testing, I was then put into second grade. And thankfully, my second grade teacher put me next to the person who would become my best friend through my entire school career, elementary, middle school, and high school. She started talking to me right away, made me feel so comfortable because I was really nervous and scared, obviously, going into class of people I knew nobody. I even invited because I don't know if all schools do this, but my senior year when I graduated high school, your graduation, you were allowed to invite one person to like recognize helping you get to where you are. And the person I invited was my second grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. Richards. She was absolutely amazing. The two girls she sat me next to, like I said, became good friends of mine. One was pretty much my best friend all the way through 12th grade. And it just helped me there. And then, unfortunately, when I got older and more into like my teenage years and high school, I grew into more of my procrastination stage of who I am. I wish I wouldn't have learned these things and stuck with it, but I did. Because I could have done even better. I graduated high school, I think my final GPA was a 3.6 something, or just under, either just over or just under a 3.6. But I could have done better, I'll be honest. But I also had a couple classes that I had no desire taking in high school that you're forced to take, and some shitty teachers along the way too. I've talked about a couple of those before. But I fully admit, I was a procrastinator. Sometimes I did my homework right before school started. So there's that. But that's my story. That's how I was born in 79 and graduated in 96. Oh my God, Buffy is my all-time favorite TV show. I love Buffy. I watch it over and over and over again. Same with Angel. I love them both. Major hair. I love watching reaction videos to first-time watches of 80s music videos. That's funny. The 80s were a crazy time. And the 90s the 90s fashion making a comeback is like, bleh. We were talking about this down in Dollywood at the Friday Night Live thing. And like, I think maybe a couple years, I don't even know how long ago, it was a few years ago, when I saw the very first bodysuit on a rack in Kohl's. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck thought bringing bodysuits back was a good idea? Because us in the 90s, we wore them because they were in fashion. But they were a pain in the ass. And I will never wear a bodysuit ever again. No. No, thank you. I told my dad that DOS was boring. Yeah, DOS it's not boring. It's just a pain in the ass. And sorry, guys, I always get behind on chat when I start going down tangents. So I apologize. The robot threw itself down the staircase. Oh my God. I'm going to have to check that out because I want to find out. I bought one recently that connects to a Bluetooth speaker. I love it. I also have a portable record player that was based on one from the 80s. Yeah, the record player we had, like I said, that my mom didn't get rid of was old. I mean, it was from like the early 80s, maybe even the late 70s. I don't even know how old that thing was. Hi, Mitchell. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Yes, we're talking about the good old days. Yeah, I actually belonged to a thing in school called TAG. It stood for talented and gifted. I really don't like saying that because it makes you sound way more special than you really are. However, the instructor, I don't know what you want to call him, the leader of TAG, the adult, because it wasn't really a class. It was more like meeting of the minds kind of thing. where we could be like challenged, would always do like these running quizzes. Like he'd just spit out really fast questions, and whoever could spit out the answer, the fastest, got the point. And one of the ones he always used to do was he would just say beep beep, and the first person to say Roadrunner got the points. It's just funny. Things that I remember are just weird. Do a FOIA request if you need evidence that our government did this. Ugh. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Happy Friday. I wear flannel shirts, ripped jeans, and Doc Martens. Now, I have to say, hey, Dodo. How are you guys doing this Friday? I have to say, my 90s fashion changed quite a bit. I would go from wearing skids. Okay, my brother was a skateboarder. He was in a ska band. He played the saxophone. So I would steal his clothes sometimes when I liked them. And if any of you know what skids are, I'm going to show you guys what skids are in case you don't know. Hold on. These were skateboarder clothes. Okay. This is skids. Balloon pants. They were always like clad, checkered. But I have to say they were mighty comfortable. This is their logo. See, skateboarder. I remember the one that I always stole from him was the black, white, and purple pants that looked like this, but they were not teal. They were purple, white, and black. And the shirt was just black with the purple Skids logo. But then I would also wear things like, crop. Well, I didn't wear a lot of crop tops because I'm 5'7", but I'm all legs. I have like no torso. So crop tops are not good on me. But I would still wear them now and then because back then it was high-rise jeans and pants and crop tops. And when you have no torso and you wear high-rise pants and a crop top, it just looks weird. But then I would go back and I'd still wear Airwalk stuff. I wore a lot of stretch pants, which is kind of what I wear now, and t-shirts. Back in the 80s and early 90s, I would wear even the stretch pants with the stirrups on the bottom. Yes, I did. But now I wear like yoga stretch pants, like yoga pants, like boot cut. That's what's comfortable to me. Hey, James. I hope you guys are doing wonderful this Friday. We got sidetracked watching Turtle. We had Special Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove on for a little bit. Then he got a phone call, and then he had to deal with something, so he wasn't able to come back on. But hope he's doing well the rest of this Friday. I hope you guys are too. Did you listen to H Block and Dog Eat Dog? No. I have to say no, but I did listen to Eazy-E and like Rancid. I listened to everything back then. Even in the 90s, I listened to 90s country. 90s country I've had this conversation too a couple of times with people. 90s country was way different than any other country, in my opinion. And I still like some 90s country songs. But I'm not really an all-around country fan. Other than that, I listen to everything. I love all kinds of music. But now, like now, my favorite genre is the 80s. 100%, hands down. If I just want to chill and listen to music, upbeat music, I throw on 80s. Now, if I was going to go to the club or something, early 2000s, early mid 2000s music, club music, that's my jam. Like some 50 Cent. I love Eminem. But that's like music. I love it. I love the expression of music. I love listening to it. It produces endorphins, dopamine, whatever it does to give you an uplifting mood. That's what I like about it. I'm short-waisted too. I get it. Yep. See, anyone who doesn't have much of a torso understands how difficult it is to wear anything basically that's in style. Because if you want to put on low-rise jeans, it's not easy to wear those. If you want to put on high-rise jeans, it's not easy to wear those. Like, it's just when you have no torso or a very little torso, it is not easy to fit what's in style, as they say. My hair was so big and fueled with Aquanet, it was television to let me go out wearing polyester pantsuit. Oh yeah, the 90s, I used to wrap my bangs. 80s and 90s. Where you'd curl them, and then you'd take a comb and just rat them out, and then spray them with a bunch of hairspray. Oh yeah, I did that. H-Town, I don't remember, but something like that. The skateboarders used to listen to, and the Beastie Boys. Oh, I listened to the Beastie Boys. 100%. I love the Beastie Boys. I still love the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys was one of my very first concerts. My very, very first concert was when I was like, 13? I think I was 12 or 13. With that best friend that I told you I met in second grade. We went to the New Kids on the Block. That was my very first concert ever. And then my dad took me to see Rod Stewart. I have to say that being a teenager and going to a Rod Stewart concert, because I liked his music, my dad wanted to go and he took me. But he was wasted. Okay? He was wasted. It's kind of funny, I guess. And then my third concert was the Beastie Boys. A fucking great concert, except for me getting beer spilt all over me. Yeah, that was fun. I was a fire hazard. Yeah, with all the Aquanet, that's for sure. I delete my comments when I think they are no longer relevant. It's a compulsion. Oh, don't do that. Because I eventually get to them. I just get behind because then sometimes I talk too much. I know that. And then I have to apologize to my chat when I'm 20 minutes behind. Beastie Boys hilariously opened for Madonna when I was a tween, and teens worshipped her. Oh, tweens and teens worshipped her. It was a total mismatch. I did not know they did that. Yeah, Beastie Boys and Madonna just don't mix, in my opinion. I liked Madonna. I like, especially her 80s music. I don't really like her. Well, I don't really like her music for the last 15 years. I don't even know if she's come out with anything recently. I know she's trying to still stay relevant from what I see when I see celebrity stories and things like that. But I honestly have no idea about her music nowadays. Yeah, just let them stay. Exactly, Mitchell. Because I literally jump from topic back to another topic just so I can hang out with everyone, especially if it reminds me of something I wanted to say. And I go off on tangents. Everyone knows that. I will address my compulsion with my therapist. I think we all need therapy nowadays. I do. I think everybody could use a good therapist. How can one delete their comments? Can you do that? Many, many times I want to. Yes, you can, old dog. What you do, are you on a computer or phone? If you're on your phone, you just push your finger and hold your finger on your comment, and a little thing will pop up, and it'll say remove. And then you click remove. If you're on your phone or on your computer, you just click on it with your mouse and do the same thing. I'm talking 80s Madonna. Yeah, Beastie, this is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter really what genre or what decade. Beastie Boys and Madonna don't jive. And if the Beastie Boys were opening for Madonna, like you said, you're looking at a bunch of tweeny girls who are very excited to see Madonna going, what the fuck is this? Unless they're like me and knew who Beastie Boys was and were like, yeah, rock on, because I like this music too. But I'll be honest, I know I was in the minority on that. Because a lot of my friends were like, what the fuck are you listening to? So use PC. So yeah, you should be able to just click on it with your mouse. Mine's a Chromebook, so I'm trying to think. Let me show you. I'm going to pull up YouTube real quick and show you how it works in mine. Oh, you found it. Okay, there you go. It says OF. This would have saved me so many times. Now you get why I talk about the fact that I don't even comment a lot of times, because by the time I type it out and then fix all my ridiculous typos, it doesn't make sense anymore. So then I'm just like, oh, fuck it. Yay, you found it. I'm going to fight Boom Boom for my right to party. Whole crowd looks like rainbows and hair bows. That's funny. I do too, Mitchell. I delete comments when I'll start to type and my stupid finger hits the send button before I'm even done. Or like I'll have like 2 letters and my finger swipes the send button by accident. I'm like, fuck. I've done it a couple times in a row where someone's probably like, is she having a stroke? Funny. All right, you guys, what time? It's 6 o'clock. Woo, it's 6 o'clock already. Holy moly. Well, we didn't get very far for the Turtle Boy today, but I am going to finish these episodes by myself tonight. And I'm also working on my merch store. I have petty merch. There are hats already in there. There's going to be tank tops, hoodies, koozies, t-shirts. There was a couple other things that are on the list. I have the list elsewhere at the moment. I have cities and states like Georgia, Kentucky, Cincy. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Texas, I think. For like, it says like the ones in the store, my store right now are Boston Petty and Detroit Petty. And 50% of all proceeds from my merch shop is going to Aiden's Defense Fund. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. Freaking lawn mowing and weed whacking going outside for the last 3 hours is just driving me nuts. So I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I always ask if you guys can hear that. Normally say you can't, but it's so damn loud and annoying. But it's been raining a lot these last few days. Like last week, it's been raining a lot. So, yeah, they've been out there for quite some time. It's 22:55 there, which means it's 10:55, almost 11 p.m. where Dodo is. Get some sleep. Hopefully Baker is getting some sleep. He's got a big move tomorrow. I'm so glad to hear that his brothers are coming to help. And I'm so glad that Baker is going to be close to his kids and new Boba Baker. Homework on the weekend? Yuck. This is fun homework, though. See, I don't mind this kind of homework. Because actually going back and seeing videos of Hibs that I've never seen before, they're actually kind of fun. So I don't mind this. Sounded like a ship. Yeah, that's a weed whacker. You ever hear me bitching and complaining? And when I get monetized, people have given me ideas for emojis, and one of them is going to be a weed whacker and a lawnmower, because I bitch about it all the time. Why they have to fucking mow the lawn out there so much, I don't understand. It's crazy to me. But I have to deal with it. You are all nice, and I kind of enjoyed. I enjoyed chat with you all. We enjoyed you, CB. Thank you for being here. This is a nice place to be. Take care, all, and see you later. Thank you, old dog. I appreciate that. I always want this just to be a free, fun place. You can speak your mind and have some fun. Maybe a few laughs. Sometimes a few tears. We know I'm a crier. Sometimes I cry. It is what it is. But I appreciate it. And I love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will be streaming this weekend. I just don't know with my schedule just yet what time. But I'm going to try and keep it just around 2 o'clock when I stream. Unless I do a night stream. And those will be like 10, 11 o'clock at night when I do those. So keep your eye out. Turn your notifications on. And I love you all. Take care, Dodo. Thank you. Have a great night's sleep, Dodo. Everyone, have a wonderful weekend. I love you.